afternoon. Realm. What's going on? Talking to the people. What's going on? A little tired. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gas Game on Daily Addis. We put in OT today. Feel like I'm putting in OT. 3-hour joint yesterday. 3-hour joint most likely today. What's going on? Realm Eagles fan 76. Yo, first let me shout out Novi Salam, man. He be the first up in here almost every Sunday. Much love to you, brother. Yes, I'm looking forward to E3 digital, if it, whatever format they willing to offer it. We'll see how it goes down. But yeah, Akizi, William, what's up? AKW, what's up? Spider, what's going on? You see that name? Wandering Dutch, the legendary Wandering Dutch mix up midweek podcast. My guy, the Viking, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Tool Man, what's going on? Yeah, man, just waiting for the Rams to pull up. Like I said, long night. Arekks should be rested. I don't want to hear nothing out of Arekks. He did not. He had to work, so he gonna do the 3-hour job. But he should be more energy than us. But what's going on? He said, "Just do strap there." Lines. Oh yeah. Okay. Other than that, to the bottom. Okay. Yeah, we definitely gonna talk about that. The drifting issue or whatever. And gameplay feels like Kingdom awaits. So no doubt. So yeah, man, the Lord should be hopefully pulling up soon. I spoke to King earlier. He's getting ready, and then Arekks, the legend, will be here shortly. You know what I mean? So we'll get him up in here, and yeah, hopefully a good show. Yeah, enjoy yourself and have some fun today. So I will be back, and I just gotta check on the rest of the Lords and our esteemed guest. Talk to y'all in a minute.
Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal, and haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars, and I'm going places. Better tell a Uber, cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal, and haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars, and I'm going places. Better tell a Uber, cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal, and haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars, and I'm going places. Better tell a Uber, cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I'm addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got nah, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's, whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I'm addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got nah, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that
super
going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's, whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I'm addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got nah, let's switch that up.
What is you
What I
doing?
wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that
super
going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's, whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just super
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they... I'ma just chill and watch them and eat snacks in the attic. I wanted to chill with the pack and be like a young wolf, but then they would mistake me for addict. If I can imagine, it's cool to give you some advice, then invite your girl to your squadron. Cause if you don't give her that option, you gon' be single player like Sovereign. You gon' get tossed in the bushes by King David. Royalty and not a pretender. Detrimental to an elemental, what's an avatar to a knee bender? I gotta be me though. I know it's my destiny, word to Cognito. Who cares if you fly, if you still a mosquito? You swear you ain't stuntin', but really be Steve-O. You like to collect stuff and that's cool, but I got bad news. news. Even if you really was that Jew, King David still be the king of the statues. Since a juvenile, I've been cursed with a curse to be musical. And if you hate it, we'll meet in the crucible. Other than that, then it's cool and it's beautiful. We let you know that your dreams are pursuable. Whatever you want to do, then it's doable. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day. Woo. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day.
I'm drinking a whole cup of pre-workout.
Oh man!
Oh damn! Really?
Hear ye, and we are live, gentlemen.
We are all in the bushes.
All in the
Boy,
bushes.
you have no idea.
Shout out to Gaz.
God called me. I was in the, because I leave the TV on. So I'm in the store in Fukunawa looking for Godzilla toys. I'm like,
Anyway.
And I'm like, why is the phone ringing? There's no phones here.
And we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords podcast and the LordsOfGaming.net, episode number 196. And it's another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm very excited about our special guest. And we've got Digital E3, PS5 DualSense Drift, E3 deciding the fate of Anthem, and KingdomHearts to PC to discuss, so we're going to get right into it. I want to introduce a Lord whom the ILP is truly honored to call a friend and respected ally to the round table. Not only does this Lord symbolize the essence of high production values and professionalism, but his uniquely created platform by combining the fitness, gaming, and fashion communities. Introducing the co-founder and director of the Arekks Game YouTube channel, Video Games, and a panelist for the DCP side quest. The most electrifying beard in the game, and the original Iron Lord of fitness. Live from London and making his annual return into the realm of the Lords. My man, Lord Arekks Gaming. How you doing, sir?
Oh man, you know what? I always love coming on this podcast. Your intros are just. Can I just leave and come back? Real good. Again, no, I'm good. It's always good to be back. I love coming on this podcast.
Oh, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Real quick, so shout out to the anonymous person who just bought a ILP NetGator. Salute to you, sir. Get that. Protect yourself from the pandemic. I see you. Thank you. We had to shout you out on the show.
Yeah, make sure you keep that on your head right there.
Oh wow, an anonymous bought just classic tea. Shout out. Put your name,
sir. Shades on, and then whenever you do whatever you do, we know who it is.
The Iron Lords do not condone those behaviors with the mask.
When you continue doing what you're doing, obviously it's successful. You're able to have enough to buy a shirt and a NetGator. God bless.
Yeah, whenever you do what you do, make sure you turn it inside.
Yeah, turn it inside out.
No, represent.
Represent. Real quick, so I'll get the super chat and I'll finish with Arekks.
We got Cat Daddy with the $5 super chat. Woo! Be sure to check out King David on the creative feature. He dropped some gems, of course.
Oh, you already know. Salute. But let's get back to Lord Arekks. First of all, man, brother, it's always a pleasure to have you, man. It feels like it's been forever. First of all, how are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What you got going on?
I'm good, man. Yeah, just you know, trying to keep busy. A prisoner in my own home right now. You know,
I hear you,
it's really like lockdown. But to be fair, I'm fortunate. You know, it's we might be in crazy times, but I can work from here. I can grow the empire from here. So we're still keeping it going. We're still covering games, working on things, trying to get ready to be. I'm working on being the real Kratos by the time Ragnarok.
Let's go. I see them video game, bro. You be inspiring, man. I love what you're doing with the fitness aspect. And one thing, you know, at least I try to preach at King and everybody. We, you know, as gamers, you know, we got to do better about our health. Right, we got to do better about our health. We gotta monitor it, man. A lot of our brothers in the gaming community are really afflicted with a lot of things. And let's be real, as much as gaming, you know, we can sit in the house, be stationary and okay, but we also got to be able to be active, do things. But I love what you. What kind of, just real quick, I just want to know what really inspired you to be like, you know what, I want to do this.
So I think it's funny because like the thing that sort of got me into it originally, like back when, because it started in 2016. At the end of the day, like I used to be like overweight and like and then I would always it was weirdly Pokemon Go that was the catalyst. Like I would always, no, I got no time to go to the gym. But then I was spending 2 hours going to catch like a stinking There's something not right here. So something clicked in my head. But prior to that, I'd always gone to like those sort of like local gyms where you can get a membership for like £5. And I was like, and then you never have an incentive to go because you're like, it's only £5, right? So then when this happened, I went to one of those like expensive health clubs where you pay stupid like too much, right? But I was like, if I'm paying that money, I'm not gonna waste that money.
Right.
So I did that. And then I paired up with, and I was fortunate because I paired up with like a PT who like, I'm still, he's still my friend to this day. He kind of got me through it. But like I said to him, I was like, look, right, I want to lose this weight. I hate cardio. And he's like, I'm a strength coach. I was like, all right, cool. So then we started lifting, and suddenly the process went from just me initially starting just because I wanted to lose weight to suddenly like, oh, yo, I love lifting. Like, just I'd always been this guy. I went back at school where I'd try and skip any kind of physical activity. If there was like PE or gym class, I'd be like, let me go do some studying. Whereas like now, I'm just like, yo, like you can't keep me out of the gym. I mean, let's just lock down if you can. Like now, I'm just like, I've got to buy the equipment at home. So yeah, it kind of got to that. And then obviously, as it went from being something I just did to get healthy, it became I'm just as passionate about fitness as I am gaming now. So I started to learn about it. I follow and then I spent a lot of time because the first few years was just me not knowing like the good information from the bullcrap out there, right? So, I'd spend time starting a new program and I'm already reading like how to do a better program. It's like, no, you need to be consistent. So then I started to learn stuff. And then I realized that a lot of that stuff that is out there is just made needlessly complicated. So then I was like, I want to try and make this easy to understand for gamers so that people could be like, these, because gamers are like my people, right? I'm just like, I want to
become the Bruce Lee of it, but strip away the BS and you want to get right to the,
because that's the thing, and so I don't have aspirations to go and train sort of like athletes and stuff. But I'm like, if I can help gamers, like, and we can also prove that like you can still play games, and just like I still sit at my desk for like 10 hours a day, but I'm also able to do that. So so video games kind of came to that, and then the more I did it, I realized there's so many like parallels as well. Like when it comes to like tracking macros, it's like spending XP points when you level up in games. It comes to like grinding, like it's like an MMO. Like
it's an MMO.
I'm in my mobs. I'm doing my lifts, and I'm getting a little bit like I'm level 2, level 3. So like there's just so many parallels. So I just really want to do that. I really want to make sure that like if someone wants to be active, they can come to video games and be like, there's no bull crap here. Like you want to know about nutrition? I'll tell it to you simple. I won't try to sell you something. I'm not going to say you need some dumb supplement. I'm just
Facts.
That's the goal, man.
Bro, proud of you, man. I love what you're doing. The growth it's been tremendous. And I mean, did you 1 million, man? Like you subs, bro. It's so much we've talked about since you last made 1 million subs. Like, how did that feel? Did you ever envision yourself being that level of a content creator?
I mean, honestly, no, because it's one of those sort of things that when we started the channel, it was like me and 26. It was like his idea back in the day.
Yeah, shout out to 26.
And we, and I mean, like, I kind of like we only initially did it because we were like, well, we're playing games and we just like, kind of helping people. Let's make some guides, but it was never really something that I sort of saw going there.
Yeah.
But it's weird because like millions, such like it's one of those sort of big numbers, and like you think you sort of like have this big sort of shift, but then suddenly when we hit it, it's like, well. Nothing's really changed because we still got to get back to work.
wait, hold on. The check,
keep grinding.
The $1 million publishing clearinghouse check didn't come. Like there wasn't.
I was like, hey, yo, YouTube, am I not supposed to be given like a house and a mansion?
Didn't have it.
It said the house and the mansion.
You know what? Maybe early on in YouTube, when YouTube was in its infancy, that was a thing. Like because I hear the stories of content creators making over 400,000 a month. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
No. Yo, Arekks, do me a solid. Arekks, just turn your mic up a little bit. They say your mic's so low a little bit, so I just want to make sure. He said his beard alone deserves 1 million subs.
why don't you say who said that, Cock?
Oh my God! I can't. Dildo Gaggins. Salute, yes. Salute you with that name all the time. So, what you guys doing?
I don't know if it's the same person because the other one is Wilbo Gaggins.
Yeah, that's the Gaggins. The Gaggins family.
It's another dude. That's another guy.
Shout out to the Gaggins family.
That's a totally different entity.
Yeah. So, do me a favor. Let's get the super chats and then I'll up my mic level a little bit.
No doubt. We have Tazuichi with the $5 super chat. I'll be the anon. I'll make sure the Wolves eat. You know, I support. Thank you, Tazuichi. You gotta eat. Come on, you family man. Just put your name there.
Yeah,
no need for that. No, we love you. We got the Living Flame with the $5 super chat. Much love from Quarantine Lords. Set up my new LGC 10 and ran the benchmark. Being the Hellblade 2 trailer looks like 60 frames. My life has changed.
Salute.
And then Michael, aka Bedside's Finest, $2 super chat. Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer was fire. So yeah, King, it was the trailer, not the. You had me so excited. I was like, man.
No, but something was coming.
After I got off the podcast with you, I went to double check, and it was like March 18th, and I was like, okay, whatever, Godzilla and King Kong that month.
Yeah.
I said, I care more. I'm watching more Godzilla content right now, and you know they only had that one movie, and King Kong looked really wild in that, and they really need to fix it up. But I've never anticipated something like that. I'm sorry. I'm
super excited for it too. I really am.
What's up?
I was scared that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
I was totally afraid.
Last question for Lord Arekks. Oh, you still got super chat?
Sorry, yeah, one more. We have ATL with the $5 super chat. You guys were great with Game On Daily show yesterday. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Further insight into your history was phenomenal. That Addict and King Destiny stream was funny.
Salute, man. Salute. So much love to support. Yeah, we were on Gas Game On Daily. Check us out. Did a little origin story yesterday. That was kind of fun.
People didn't like me, though. Yesterday.
Yeah, I know you.
My timeline is kind of crazy right now.
Yeah,
really?
A lot of smoke. But real quick, Larry, so just also, like, have you got a chance? What have you been playing recently? Just wanted to know that.
So I think mainly at the moment it's been the Monster Hunter Rise demo initially, because obviously that drops next month. That's gonna be a big one for us. And you know what I got back into just literally this weekend? Neo 2, but playing it specifically all in co-op. With friends.
Okay.
Like, I didn't even realize, because like a lot of those time when you play those Souls games, like you know, co-op's a little bit janky because someone dies and then they get kicked out, and then it's just a bit of a ball ache to do that. Whereas like Neo 2's actually got like a cool expedition mode, so we've been just running through the whole game, just like everything in co-op, but it's been a lot of fun.
Nice, yeah, man. You're known for that Monster Hunter, and I love Monster Hunter, and then now the Neo with the Souls aspect. That's pretty cool, man. I'm hearing good things. Solve, you messed with Neo hardcore last time, right?
Neo 1 definitely. I didn't get Neo 2, but Neo 1. If you remember that. We had a laugh when I said his name was William. I was like, the samurai named William.
This is how much of a purist I am. I'm like, so I'm automatically assuming it's Asian culture, whatever. So I was like, yo, tell me about it. He's like, the guy's name's William. And I was like, William? William's a samurai.
It's just what who was that? It was Tom Cruise, right? The Last Samurai.
Savage. Anyway, super chat, and then let's get moving.
We got the Living Flame with the $2 super chat. Where's Addict? He's missing the KingdomHearts topic.
Sadly, Addict's in the bushes. I don't know where he's at.
I know why.
Yeah.
I'll get to that when it's my turn.
We all caught up, Soft?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, and you know we already got the 4. Well, we don't have 4 horsemen of gaming today. We have 3 horsemen. One of them is missing and in the bushes. We put an APB out for Addict. Let us know if you see him or his whereabouts. He was last active 3 hours ago on social media, and we think he is firmly in the bushes. So hopefully he will be able to make the show after blazing gaming last night, most likely. Shout out to, is that Antoine Williams? Shout out to just figured out who Sadness was. Makes sense now. Oh, you're talking that medium talk. Okay.
Yes.
Salute. You already know. But we still got those other horsemen, and of course the most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives with a single player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus, the Lord of Clarity, and Lord Patreon of the Iron Bank, my man, Lord Sovereign. How we doing, sir?
I'm in the bushes today, man. I'm recovering from yesterday, yo.
We doing OT.
We're doing serious OT, man. I had to apologize to Gaz. I'm like, this is our influence. You know this, right? Like these 4-hour marathons, this is what we do.
Yeah, we're gonna be a little shorter today. We ain't going for it.
Yes, sir.
Put this down.
Definitely.
But
put it out there.
So finally, for sure. So shout out to Keezy Williams, because he posted a purchase that he made this morning. It made me laugh because I'm not proud of myself.
What you did? You did it?
I folded. I'm sorry.
Put it up to the screen. For this screen. Higher.
Join me.
And talk.
Join
Yo,
in the
Oh yeah,
premium world.
There you go. Oh, the expansion. The $200.
Listen. The sticker shock at the beginning was. I just have an issue with paying so much for something so small.
Exactly. Me too. It's
But the moment I started downloading with Reckless Abandon, went away. I was like, oh, forget it. I'm good. Thank you.
That's right.
Listen, I'm Captain Cheap. I got my USB 3.0 caddy on the side, Arekks. I'm downloading anything. I look at the game. I'm like, oh, you're over 80 gigs. You go over.
You're going over there.
And when I'm ready to deal with you, and I'm actually actively playing you, then you get the opportunity to get on this NVMe velocity architecture, sir. That's what we're doing. You are on the bench.
I brought 4 of them because I knew exactly what was going on. They are in place, and I already have my my 19 terabyte over there on the side. So that happens how it happens.
Yeah, man. I gotta go with King on this.
Do it. Do it. Let it go.
Yo,
go ahead, Arekks.
Go ahead.
Hard drive.
What you said, Arekks? You cut out a little bit.
No, you need some games for that hard drive.
Oh, shot! Bang, bang! Oh, he got the smoke early.
No, but I mean, this is he's actually true. I mean, but y'all got all those demos over there. So y'all not using up y'all. Actually, y'all need a hard drive.
Ouch. Are you implying that the PS5 did not have a comparable solution?
They said that we got an expansion bay for nothing to put inside of it.
Y'all messy. Shout out to Arekks for being messy. Joining us on our messiness.
I said I wouldn't go after him.
What else, Al?
So yeah, that's it. Actually, because I had all of this illustrious space now, I downloaded pretty much everything that I owned that was Series X compatible, optimized. So I actually got into the Division 2 yesterday just to see it. No, mind you, the thing is, the gameplay.
Fraud alert. How dare you?
Division 2 is a game that you could really play by yourself if you want to.
Single player selfish. I get you.
How does it look though?
How that 60 hit?
That 60 hits different. Yo, man. Okay. I was playing Division 2. When would I ever say that? I'm playing Division 2.
See, Arekks, didn't I tell you that before the show about the Division 2? And I'm like, damn, it sucks because they actually have a viable product. If the content was more forthcoming, if they had it on a consistent cadence, and it can't be how Destiny's cadence is. It has to be double the time, right? They have to double march because Destiny already has built that foundation. Those raids is epic. People have real memories of those raids. Right. I don't have real memories of Division's raids. Yeah, Division isn't it. So at least at this point, it isn't that, right? But I will say, like, even comparing it to Gears, when you talk about the getting into cover, getting out of cover, moving, obviously they're not as heavy as Gears characters, right? But it feels smoother. And when you mantle over something and you just keep running, and it's like, I forgot how smooth the gameplay in that game is. And at 60 is another story. I hope they bring it to that new MMO that they're working on. All that knowledge that they did acquire. Because the world looked rich, like you look up at the buildings and they really go all the way up. It's not clipping out or something like that. I'm really excited to see what Massive could do with Star Wars. Because I don't think it's going to be a Jedi game, right? I think it's going to be a shooty game, and they're very good at shooty. Like, they're very good. No, I'm saying Snowdrop looks phenomenal. That's one thing about Division. That engine really looks good. I want to shout someone else. Yes. It scales well. One, the medic, man, looks like we just missed you, but I wanted to shout you. I saw it on my phone. Shout out, I see you with that net gator, sir. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Get them. Feed the wolves. Make sure you get the super chats on us off, and then we move on. Then we got Gerald Mack with the $5 super chat. Good morning, good brothers. Peace and blessings to the ILP podcast. Looks like it's going to be a good show. Great guest. Let's get it. You already know we got the legendary Arekks Gaming in the building. What else we got? And we got family Neil Mental with the $5 super chat with the ... Division slander. When anytime it's Division slander, he gets upset. I know what that's for. I know him. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? etc. We have Gerald Mack once again, $5 super chat. Cog, it only hurts for a second. Spend that $220. No, I'm not. I'm waiting for that sale. I am pocket watching. I'm pocket watching on the sale. You know what it is, Arekks? I can't justify it when it's 200 and something. I could get a Series S
at that point.
That is true. That is true.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
it is one of those things.
I maxed out my rooms already, so So now I have the extra cash. Do it now.
I thought about the thing about that is though, for the Series S, right? When I do eventually get one, right? When there's one available, I'm able to grab it just to put in the room or whatever. That's the memory card I'm going to be taking out of my console back and forth, and boom, boom, boom. And you know. Listen, man, it was super painful to press the add to cart button. And once I popped that into the console, it was over. Like I downloaded everything under the sun.
Reckless abandon. I feel you got your freedom back. You got your freedom back.
I did.
Yo, go ahead. I want to shout out before the super chat because normally we
Javier
McCann, man, we got to shout him out because that's Boricua's in the house. My brother, let's go.
Doubt.
You know what I'm saying? He always giving it up for Boricua's in the house. So salute. And then last but not least, I got to shout out Dildo Gaggins.
Yeah.
Nick, he bought the net gator now. So yeah, he's ready for the winter. Dildo Gaggins.
Yeah, he's out. He's out. Oh wait, no, hold on. I gotta read this. We got Lord. Dealer Gaming with the $10 super chat. Shout out to the one and only Sob. Grams. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. My heart was broken, but I'm reborn today. Thank you, sir.
Yo, shout out to Dealer because we be in the party chat. First of all, he's a complete fool. He's just the same as he is on his show on the joint. So he's clowning me on my lap, and then he's clowning Forte about eating Teddy Grahams. We clowning him about. So we like, yo, you don't even acknowledge Saul for the podcast.
Yeah, he was like, I'm sorry.
Yo, Dealer's a real one, man. On Xbox Live party chats be popping. Salute the Dealer. What else we got?
Yeah, we got Fonzarelli, the Uganda gamer. $5 super chat. Gamers have been playing games outside of their comfort zone lately.
Facts.
Dealing with NBA 2K and Sob with a multiplayer online game. Just proof gaming is dry.
Well, it's not because Dealer was playing
Destiny. Yeah.
No, but you know what it is also? It's that same thing like when you get a new graphics card for your computer. It's like, let me see how the old stuff runs. I always love doing that. So it's kind of like the same thing. All the stuff that you don't, that just runs and looks better on the Xbox.
Are you implying that also gamers play old games on their new hardware? Is that something that you're doing?
Oh,
people say that they don't do that. They just buy
I don't know,
games
but all of a sudden, I can't believe people call a year-old game an old game. I'm like, dude, what, like... are you bugging? Like, I don't know, man.
You're gonna tell me that no one, when the new patch just dropped for God of War, no one turned on their PlayStation 5 and said, "Let me see what it looks like in a real 60 frames with a real 4K, not that checkerboard crap that we had with the Pro, the real stuff. Let's get to it."
Especially since that game isn't on PC yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all that stuff will get to that point, but it's. Who doesn't want to see the game that they love?
Facts.
Playing better.
Yeah. And what's funny, gamers are selective. It's when it's their favorite, they don't have a problem with remasters. All of a sudden it's all good to play old stuff.
Back compat.
Yeah, back compat. I see people get hype about Mass Effect Trilogy, but anyway, what do we got for the super chat song?
We got Slow-Mo Backslap with the $5 super chat. I followed Arekks since back when he did mostly Division content. Great YouTuber. Ask him if he still plays Division or not.
Arekks?
No, so not at the moment. It's one of those games that, much like Destiny, I follow it news-wise just so I know what's going on. But honestly, it kind of got to the point where there wasn't a great deal that was kind of keeping me playing. I definitely wasn't going to sort of just cover it for the sake of doing it. So I just sort of I took a little backseat. And then when the new stuff comes out, if it's cool, I'll jump back in. But yeah, honestly, to be honest, I guess we'll get on to this when we kind of talk about Anthem stuff. But I just feel like the looting genre, it just kind of just needs a bit of a break anyway. Like there's a lot of looters that are just falling dry. We'll probably touch more on that on the Anthem stuff. But yeah, for now, Division's on the shelf.
No, I feel you, brother. I mean, I want to shout out Slow-Mo too, because I did, like, for Destiny Division content, we used to come and you used to get informative news. And I love one of your past interviews, you had pushed the Division devs about if raids were in the game, and I was like, I love that it was a fantastic interview. You always kill it with that. But yeah, salute to Slow-Mo. Definitely we defend. Of course, it's all good to take a break from that stuff. You got Monster Hunter World, you got all that other stuff you play. You're good.
And then I'm sad Addict isn't here for him to hear this, but yo, that Tetris Effect connected.
Really?
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good.
I gotta fire this up.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I'm not like say dudes think I'm capping with that Game Pass and stuff. I don't care what no one says. The level of freedom that you do have, one, when you have the extra space, because both consoles are a little bit constricted. But one has an out. and the fact that when you get into the Game Pass arena, the partake.
Yes.
You know, some things you look at you like, let me try that. You know,
facts.
you know, it's just a lot of people don't have disposable income to go into GameStop and look on the wall and go, let me try that. I don't got let me try that money to be upset with a game on the wall that I purchased and I got home. You know, like, oh, because you looked at the cover art and you was like, oh, this looks nice, and you got home and was like, oh, it's trash.
Oh yeah,
and you had to, you know, live through that. No,
absolutely. So we all caught up, sir.
Yes, sir. We're good.
And of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of this, aka the XS.
Ooh,
late. The prophet of exploit, king of the statues, who demands nothing less than that premium experience. It is the leader of the fraud alert movement.
Ooh,
beloved Lord King. How are we doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. My boy Arekks is here. I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. If you don't know, he is taller and bigger than you think.
Yes.
All right. Because I swore I was like, oh, I thought he was short. He was like, yo, King David. I was like, what? Oh my God. I said, and he's taller than what I think. I was like, oh my God. I said, the beard is crazy long. So okay, so you gotta think about it like this, right? If you think it height wise, the beard is crazy long. So I'm like, yes. You need champion the beard because I got a struggle beard. So,
struggle beard.
This is a struggle beard.
You don't even let your hair grow. He shaves it off completely. But everybody that saw me get my Holy Grail Hulk Buster, you know, that's $6,000 in your face. But you can move him into different positions. Like you can take that chest piece out and put that Iron Man inside as he's busting out. It's the light up features and stuff like that. That KOS is coming. I got tons of videos for that Hulk, this and that, and all that other stuff. I was doing so many unboxings, I didn't get a chance to do any KOS. I do apologize, guys. What I've been playing is Destiny 2. The new season dropped, and
Season of the Chosen.
We all know when the new season dropped, getting your light level up to max cap is crazy. So right now I'm probably like 10 lights away to get to max cap.
Yeah, you've been
we've been grinding really hard. I was playing with Arekks last night in Gambit, and I found a new strat, and it's called the Divinity strat. I know I didn't make it up, but I can't explain how much joy I get out of playing the Destiny with Arekks.
Yeah, he's fun.
When we were playing in Destiny 1, and nobody really knows the story. I met him as Room to Kill inside a room, and he became a real good buddy of mine, even before it was the podcast stuff. And I became super protective. I could become super protective of my friends.
Facts.
Right. And it was one dude that was just kept bothering this dude. And I just got really fed up with it. And, you know, like lashed out at the guy.
I was there for this.
And but we was playing yesterday, and it was like Batman and Robin, or Batman and the Red Hood, or whatever, you know, equals LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. And we taking down the prime evil in seconds. I'm talking about melting them in seconds, because I came up with a certain strat, and he added to the strat on how to do, and it was just like, you know, back at it again, buddy cop movie all over again, you know. So, and he'll go inside here and invade. I'm like, yo, leave the heavy on the wall. And it just felt really, really good. And something that we thought we was gonna do for probably 10-15 minutes turned into 2-3 hours.
I heard y'all, because we was in the same party chat doing trials. I was listening to y'all, and y'all was getting y'all strats on with the melting down, man. Yeah, that's what's up.
It's just so much fun. But I finished the medium, you guys know, and I was so pleased. It hit that that Silent Hill spot for me. I wish it was a little bit longer. I didn't like the ending, and I hope they do go back and fix some of the technical issues of the game. I know the game is super demanding. I watched Digital Foundry's PC you know, comparisons of the game, and I know it's super demanding. And also, if they can refine the tech to it, I think it's something that's super viable, really nice. I'm looking forward to a couple of other games, and I'm also playing Dragon Quest. So in between playing this, I'm going this way. And
I see you in like 2 years when you're done with it.
I know. You know what? I knew it, and I purchased the game. So And I'm like, if it comes out of Game Pass, whatever, I always have it. I got to put the fraud light on myself.
Oh, what's up? What happened?
You know, you highlighted it yesterday, and you surprised me, Cog.
What's up?
You surprised me with Yakuza. You really did, because you from Like a Dragon. He's been on that from when he saw it in the indie showcase. I was lukewarm on it, and he was completely on it, and he purchased it. He played it, and then every Yakuza, he was just on it. So he actually fell in love with that world. And Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer went to Japan and fought for us to get PlayStation games that are normally only on a PlayStation platform that is culturally centered in Japanese culture to live in a breathing environment in Game Pass and get a level of content that's there. And that game launched day and date. That's kind of crazy.
As an exclusive.
Exclusive.
Timed
Like,
exclusive,
we don't think about that. And a lot of people acted like there was nothing there. I'm like, you got a Yakuza game.
Bro. That's why I threw up the who did that for you. I was like, yo, he did that for me. And it's Sega. And what I interrupt you is that I know some people's like, oh, RTS, I don't like it. This is really not like that because it's so cinematic and it's so it's interactive. Like, it's like press the button, do the combo. Like, they add fighting game elements to it. The story and the graphics are good. And it almost, you know why I like it so much, King, is that it's the spiritual successor to Shenmue, in my opinion. That open world, it's just so good. But continue, I just wanted to shout you out.
Yeah, no, so I said, okay, I'm going to start from zero and I'm going to work my way, up and do the story. And because now I'm super intrigued in this world, and the fact that there's a lot of rumors in them acquiring Sega. I want every Xbox and every Game Pass owner, and there's 18 million of you guys, right? Since they want to use that baseline as 18 million, right? We're gonna put the 18 million Game Pass users. I'm talking to each and every last one of you. I want each and every last one of you to interact with Yakuza at some point in time, to show the metrics, to show that Sega is viable and it has a breathing space in Game Pass. You might be the catalyst for them to purchase Sega if they see the engagement levels on Sega games go up in Game Pass. You never know. It might be something as small as you just trying it out that might tip it in their favor to show that they're a viable entity. I don't know, but I'm gonna try.
If even just to show other publishers and other developers that the Xbox platform is viable for Japanese games, and we're we're not, there's no Neo on the Xbox. Things like that, where it's like, these devs will look at the PlayStation platform like, well, this is viable for us. And they look at the Xbox and they look at what they assume they would sell on the Xbox, and it doesn't work. Obviously Game Pass opens up different avenues for those games to make it to the Xbox platform, but you guys got to show the love. If you don't show the love, it ain't happening.
To dry up really quickly.
Factual. No, that's all you've been playing, sir?
Yeah, and like when I'm finished right now, being that is Love Day, my Division love is dead.
No doubt.
My Destiny love is dead. So I'll be watching movies and TV.
You don't sound like you're thrilled.
I'll be slowed down watching TV.
Shout out to Valentine's Day.
That's not what I purchased my TVs.
You already know. And of course, sorry, super chat song, we good?
Let's get two. We got two. We got RD with the $5 super chat. Watching the Lords on break. Let the Lords break bread. No doubt, man.
You already know.
And we have Cedric H with the $20 super chat. Stopping by to show some love. We'll come back to listen later. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Cedric.
All caught up?
Yeah.
All right, cool. And of course, we have the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi LordCognito, spreading that realness in the realm of the ILP. That'll tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Shout out to the last word, my bro Ebontis. Had a good show. Shout out to the Mano Destra. Fun show. He's a musician in gaming. Really good content creator. We did some real cool Destiny talk. We ranked some raids. We had some fun. Check that out. The last word is up on Iron One Podcast YouTube channel right now. If you missed the live show, we did that. And then, man, Destiny, I've been playing a lot of that, obviously. Season of Chose is really good, y'all. It's really good. I mean, they came off. Beyond Light was a great expansion. But generally, the expansion, the seasons that come with the expansion, tend to be weak. So Season of the Hunt, that was additional to the Beyond Light, was very light. But this, man, they're really doing a good job narratively, finding out what's going on with the Crow and Osiris and Saladin, and just finally narratively bringing things together against a common threat. And I love the new activities. Trials came back this week. Good debut for Trials of Osiris. Good debut, especially on console. Didn't encounter as much cheaters. Some great new loot. Fantastic Egyptian swag. Messenger pulses out. It's fire. 340.
Yeah, I got it. God bless. I would love to.
He was in there. You was in there. Also, we could do that, and we got a raid. I gotta raid with you. Probably after the podcast if you are. Oh no, you're not. You're not available.
No, I will
you're not available. You're locked down.
Love lockdown.
Yeah. But that's been that.
Please help me. Please.
But yeah, since Destiny's been good. It folded my Yakuza a little bit this week, and it folded my second run of Tactics and Hitman. But yeah, man, that's what I got. So real quick, I know we missed last week just to do our Patreon winners and all that stuff.
Yes, sir. So once again, thank you to all our patrons and YouTube subscribers. You know, we do every month. You know, give back to the community. So
why are you so smooth with it? Continue.
I don't
know. It's so crazy. His voice went down.
I'm not very
like it got very sexual right now.
He's
Valentine's Day edition of the Patreon. I was like, he really getting that demographic up for us right now.
You know, I got to do my part. You know. All right, let's get into this $10 gift card giveaway. And the winner of the $10 gift card is Pick On Fusion.
Oh, I know that name.
Congratulations, no doubt.
Salute.
See me in the DMs and we will take care of that.
Nice.
Then we have the $20 gift card giveaway. And that goes to Sammy Prescott. Haven't heard that in a minute. Oh, wow. Sammy Prescott. Congrats, no doubt. All right. We have our Teespring giveaway.
Let's go. Who want the drip? Who want that Lord drip?
And the winner of our Teespring giveaway is...
They're gonna get mad at you showing that shirt. How do I get it shiny?
And the winner of our Teespring giveaway is...
We got
Atrocity Knights. Congratulations.
Yo, you ain't ring it this time. These are unique names.
Yeah, you know, Lords are growing, man.
I like that. I like that.
Atrocity Knights. That sounds nice.
So once again, thank you guys. Catch me in the DMs. I will look for you as well. Sometimes, like as I've said in the past, it's difficult because if you support us on YouTube and you don't have Twitter or stuff like that, it's very difficult to find you. So if you listen to the podcast, you guys in the chat, if you know the person that's won, make sure to hit them up, let them know so they can reach out to me.
Yes.
Thank
absolutely,
you.
Absolutely. And real quick too, so obviously we got Lord Arekks in the building a lot of times. Before we jump into the topic, I did want to ask him because he's been usually you have an annual thing with you, Lord Arekks. And the last time, but your first appearance was ILP 68. I was like, wow, 68 week. That was a long time ago. But what I wanted to know is at that time we weren't doing top 5. This was your top 5 video game franchises of all time. You had Zelda, the franchise. You had Monster Hunter. You had Smash Bros, Pokemon, and World of Warcraft. I need to know, has any of this changed since then?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I reckon it has. I reckon because in fact, yes, definitely.
Let's go.
But is this franchise or specifically game?
Either. It could be a franchise or their favorite.
Godfall.
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 I had to get you.
So it'll be. I'll still group Zelda because there's so many Zelda games. It would just fill the top 5. Monster Hunter. Number maybe number 3. I don't know, 3 or 5. So I've gone back and played God of War finally. Now 100% because it's one of those weird games that came out when it first came out. There was just like other stuff going on, so I never finished it. So finally, I did that. I'm ready for because obviously I'm like big into Norse mythology and Vikings.
So the ending blew you away, right?
It blew me away, but also because I specifically there's a lot of things that I feel like I appreciated because I read about a load of like Norse mythology. There's a load of additional things that were mentioned that I was like, this is mad.
Yes.
Like, some of the subtle parts to with like Atreus and like the mistletoe. I was like, I see what you did there with that. So That's this is So when with Ragnarok, I'm like, I cannot wait to see where they go with this.
So I'm sorry. So which one did that take out, or is it a whole new 5? I'm just curious.
So I'll drop World of Warcraft for that.
Okay.
Okay, so God of War can go in there.
He said,
"Oh, bendito."
You know what it is? It happens, you know, and because World of Warcraft is huge, but it never made my top 5. Right. But it was always huge in my life. It did a lot of things.
No doubt. So Zelda remains. No, I'm sorry. Continue, Arekks.
No, I say that World of Warcraft will definitely still always like have that special place, like that sort of like that connection with MMOs. But yeah, there's definitely especially considering I'm hoping like when Lost Ark comes out, that's going to replace that fully. That's why going back to what you were saying earlier, King, as well about like kind of showing support on like Game Pass. Like when Crossfire comes out, I don't even want to play that game, but you need to play that game just to show them the support because the studio behind Crossfire will give us Lost Ark. So like, to see. Even just if you download it and play it once, just so it gets the numbers.
Yes,
facts. No, I agree.
It's a huge thing. People, you got to realize your level of interaction actually means something now because the metrics. You're not in a vacuum anymore. Everything that you're doing is tracked and being seen.
Facts.
So and dudes think if they play the game, it's just for them. No, actually, it's an algorithm that shows what's viable and what's not viable and what they're going to invest money in or what studio. So when acquisitions happen, you don't think Doom going to Game Pass or Doom on a platform or Bethesda games on a platform didn't play a huge part in signing them and seeing like, okay, well, a lot of their games rate high in our interactive, you know, so you have to look at those things. But Arekks, you're completely on to something. 100% you're right.
Yeah, man. So again, Zelda, Monster Hunter, God of War has entered the fray. World of Warcraft has left. Does Smash Bros and Pokemon still remain?
You know, I still think they do, you know, because the thing is, it's one of those weird ones where like, because I've done like a mix here. Like God of War, I'm only putting there specifically for the new God of War. Like I'm not a fan of the older ones.
Me too.
Whereas Zelda, I'm putting there as like a group franchise because like honestly, like with me 3, that would be in the first one. Same goes for Monster Hunter, and then the same kind of thing goes for Pokemon. Like some of the recent Pokemon games haven't like hit with it as much, but they're also still one of those series that I will just love no matter what. And it's also one of the few series where I just don't like turn-based. It's just me. Like I'm just not a turn-based player. But Pokemon is the exception. I'm like, I'll just deal with that.
He accepts it as an obsession. That's it.
That's one of those ones where I'll just contradict myself fully. I'll be like, yeah, Pokemon's fine.
Pokemon's cool.
Every turn-based game, I'm like, these games are dusty. These games are boring. They're slow. I haven't got time for them. Everyone's like, what about Final Fantasy? That game is dusty. I'm joking. But yeah, I keep it the same.
I feel you, brother. I feel you. And
he said, but Pokemon, I'll do that.
I'll do that. We all got that game that we break the rule and exception. We all do it. And the thing that we did debut when you were last here was favorite console of all time and why.
Okay.
PC.
Easy. Nintendo Switch.
Oh, the game!
That's the first time.
First Switch game going up right now, coming in stupid hot. Woo! Let's go. Talk to him.
This is again one of those ones where like I'm a massive Nintendo fanboy. I'm hugely biased for this. So
don't speak your truth.
But like I grew up as a Nintendo kid from when I was younger, right? Like, I didn't even get a PlayStation until PS3. I didn't get an Xbox till 360. I was a Nintendo kid. Like I didn't even know anything existed outside of Nintendo. And this Reggie is the king. I was like, I'll bow down to Miyamoto. I'm like a security guard. But like, if someone's about to shoot Miyamoto, I will take the bullet.
You're about to take the bullet. You was on the first line of defense.
I'll turn up with the healing shield and the master sword and be like, no, not today. The thing is, with me growing up, like I've always loved portable gaming and home consoles. Like a lot of my memories are portable gaming. So like literally the Nintendo Switch for me, I know it's not like the most graphically powerful, but like I've always been gameplay first, graphics second. So for me, the Switch is just everything. I'm like, I can take it with me. I get my handheld fixed. I come home, I sit on the TV. It's got all the games that I like. All my favorite franchises are basically on this system for the most part. It's done. Like I don't need. I mean, if they make a 4K version, I'm not going to complain. But like Switch is best console ever.
Now, as a representative of the Switch gang, I do have to challenge you on one thing because you are on fire right now. I love what you're saying. We need us to band together and fight for online messaging and voice chat because it's so stupid that it's not there when the previous console had it. And it to me it would be perfect. Like it would be the perfect thing to finish off the icing on the tape on a great system.
I think it would break the machine.
Break the machine.
Maybe you might get it with a Switch Pro or whatever.
That's the only thing. Because if you're on my friend list and I can't send you a message, this is a glorified stalker list. Like there's nothing we can't talk about.
You see the friends list and how you have to get on the list. You have to put in a 20-digit code to become a buddy. Like so, at some point in time, they have to simplify things. I'm a prisoner of the same thing of saying, oh, it's Nintendo type of thing. I don't play it as much, so it doesn't bother me as much as you guys. It bothers the hell out of COG.
Yeah, because I want to use it.
This is really bothersome.
Yeah, it does. It does because it's an unnecessary omission, and I just feel like this is Nintendo being Nintendo in a way, and it's just like I don't know the logic behind it. I don't know the thought process behind it.
They're protecting the kids, COG.
Oh, brother.
They're protecting the children. They don't need children messaging other children. They don't want that level of conversation. Play your game and be gone.
Anyway,
don't talk. You can't talk to each other.
Anyway, but fantastic. The first Switch favorite console that we've had on ILP. So salute to you. Saul Super Chat. Let's get the show rolling, man. We got a lot of stuff to go.
Yeah, we got Gaming Forte with the $5 Super Chat.
Bro.
Wonder if Slow Mo is still listening after all the Destiny 2 talk. If this was DPS, he would have rage quit the show. Plus, Teddy Grams are amazingly good. Yeah, they are.
Salute to my bro. Before we got that Trials of Osiris done yesterday, man. Salute to my bro. He helped me get my messages. Salute.
Finally. All right, then we got Slow-Mo backslap with the $5 Super Chat. We need Lost Ark in the West. That game looks amazing. Could definitely fill the void where Diablo once was.
Yes. Salute. DPS podcast in the building. That is both Gaming Forte and Slow-Mo backslap. Brothers, please support their channel on each individual channel. They do their thing. Good dudes. Anyway, let's get the show cracking.
One more.
All right, what we got?
We got 108 Dragons TV with the $5 Super Chat.
Salute.
No doubt. Good afternoon, Lords, and shout out to Arekks for grinding with me in Destiny to help me get my first good weapons.
Oh, maybe that's why he missed the show. Oh, okay. Now the truth is coming out. Look at
And COG Stream Deck XL pickup tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, put me on, brother. Put me on.
Is there a new Stream Deck?
Yeah, we got to step our joints up. Yeah, for sure. Put me on, bro. You already know.
With like a million buttons on it?
Yeah, as long as you got a million buttons, I'm good. I need more emojis. Continue. What else we got?
And I think we're good. We're caught up, yeah.
All right, cool. Last week's poll results are in. The people have spoken to the question. With rumors of another potential Microsoft studio acquisition / partnership, which company would you prefer Microsoft to acquire? The winner of the 4-way ILP vote up on lordsofgaming.net, y'all, so please check it out. You know what I'm saying? It is Sega, Japanese presence and classic IP group. Coming in at second place at 16% of the vote was Bungie. Makes sense after Destiny and maybe their new Matter IP. Third place at 13% of the vote was Konami, Metal Gear Solid, Silent Hill, Castlevania. And last place at 8% of the vote was I don't care. Y'all still got to stop Stadia from snatching up all y'all IPs. Evil Stadia's out there. So salute. Lord Sov, your thoughts on this, sir?
I mean, yeah, man. Like this, not just because I'm a Sega fanboy, and I know all of us here are. But I tell you, like, when you look at those old IP, there's so much you could do with that stuff. Not even about bringing them back in the form that they were, right? Like, imagine like an actual 2D side-scrolling sequel to Shinobi or something like that. Or another Golden Axe game with like better production values. But even taking those ideas and those worlds and taking the risk and the chance to blow them out and maybe make up a big AAA game out of one of these franchises. Like, all of those things could happen. Because those things have been dormant for so long.
Preach.
I would love to see that happen. And I would love to be that. If that happens, I would love it that that to be the reason why that they want to do that with those franchises.
Factual. Let me get my bro 108. He said, file out super chat. Cog is the Switch Felice El Capitan, and we need to make our verses heard. We need chat on the Switch, and just picked up Super Mario World and Bowser Fury. See, that's the thing. What you call it? 108 know what I'm talking about, because it's like gamers are selective with what they want to champion, and we gotta put pressure on Nintendo. We need this. This is unnecessarily
doesn't work.
They don't work on Nintendo.
Where's my change.org?
I don't think they have internet. I don't think they have a social media presence at all. I think it's a farce. I think fans make up their social media page.
Yeah.
Fans act like they Nintendo, but Nintendo's not even listening to you.
Yeah, you better hop on a plane and go and scream at the top of your lungs in front of their building.
Be outside like Crash was back in the day with Sony.
And I think that's the only thing that they respond to.
when they call the cops
outside. Yeah. What is he talking about, Messenger? What is this Messenger thing?
What's this voice messaging thing? This voice chat that you used to have on Wii U. Yes, that. Anyway, moving along. Lord Sov, you are up. Let's get the show popping. Yo, E3. What is happening, man?
E3's back, baby. Pack your bags. It's back.
No.
Pack your virtual bags. All right. So, shout out to Video Games Chronicle. They posted and printed an article this week talking about a leaked document that only sort of publishers are supposed to see, but they managed to get their hands on, which indicated the ESA's plans for a all digital E3 event in 2021. So if you guys remember last year, they failed to pivot to a digital event before it was too late. And ultimately they could not change. So they decided to not have an event, at which point all the big third-party publishers, all the big first parties, and Jeff Keighley, of course, decided to create sort of their own sort of E3 events throughout the course of the summer, which probably spanned from June and into the early fall, right? Probably September that we saw different events. So the ESA sort of idea for an E3 2021 is to have what is essentially a week's worth of coverage in a consolidated way, the same way an actual E3 would be. And they're looking to partner with the same people they partnered before. And they're looking for people to pay to engage in this virtual space that only exists in the ether.
Right.
Because their feeling is that the industry would benefit most from a consolidated event, as it always has been, where it's sort of the Super Bowl of gaming, where everybody's eyes are focused on gaming for that 1 week. So basically, that is sort of the overall pitch. They're talking about having like 2-hour panels at a time where their partners would be talking about their games and what they're bringing to the table the rest of the year. They plan on having an awards event as well.
Oh, wow.
So it's a number of different things that they have sort of planned. And on paper, them trying to get back into it, I appreciate and I like, right? But at the end of the day, what really soured me on anything that I read was the fact that they want to charge people for this, for using these time frames, when the vast majority of these game publishers and devs found ways to get their messaging out there last year, individually, on their own time, in their own way, controlling their own message, and probably for considerably less money. So my question to you guys, what do you guys think about this? I know we briefly yesterday on Games On Daily, we talked about where E3 might be going, and I know King had some thoughts, but what do you guys think in general? Does this even move the needle for you guys? Do you think it's stupid? What do you think?
Before we get Lord Arekks to jump on this, just again for clarity, everything you said, Saul, was correct. So again, the plans have yet to be approved by ESA's members.
Correct. This is something that's been put out to ESA members, and it leaked out to the press. So we're privy to this information because of the leak.
Yeah, it's always leaks over there.
It's always leaks over there. Very, very leaky.
Very leaky over there, which is another subject.
So that's another thing, right? Because the big members of the ESA are also the same companies that had their own events last year.
Correct.
So it is it's very weird because at one end they have the power to strike this down and basically kill E3 and kill the ESA.
Right.
Now, the question is it worth it to them to do that just yet? Or, because my personal feeling, very, very quickly before I move on to you guys, is that E3 only has relevance if you can continue to make an in-person show. That's where they have relevance. That's what they've been doing. They have not found a way to digitally be relevant and make the amount of money they need to make. Right. And that's the big thing. And then offering people spaces in your time slot, in the time slots you set aside for, 6 figures is ridiculous. It's ridiculous when a lot of these companies are doing the same thing on a dime compared to that. So I don't know.
Not fair. And the last point before I give it, I just want to say that the plans. Jeff Keighley will now be involved again. He will be focusing on Summer Game Fest. Yes. No details on how many people have signed up for this plan that they proposingly, and apparently it is a 6-figure sum to join the program. So, Lord Arekks, you're up, man. A lot of E3. I caught a little bit of your thoughts on DCP side quest, but I'm very curious as well. Any of your thoughts change, evolve? How are you feeling about this potential digital E3 for 2021?
I mean, I feel like the concept of a digital E3 in a more condensed window is something that I like the idea of, but I think the ESA seem to think that they are pivotal in E3 when they realize that the only reason they were there before is because they were the physical event holder. But they realized that, you think back to like previous years as well, when like ESA had been in the doghouse for a while, like people were moving out from there, it's expensive, they leaked all the details. They're not exactly like anyone's favorite topic, right? So like, it used to be a sensible thing to do because like, all right, everyone's going there this time of year, so obviously I'm going to go to E3. I get that, right? But now it's digital. Everyone, as you say, everyone can control their own space in their own messaging. You think back to like one of the challenges of E3 from a publisher point of view is like, oh, I'm having to like juggle my conference around Sony or Xbox, or like I want to go at a different time. Am I going to have to go, so if suddenly they're like, oh, we're going to be forced into an ESA window, and what happened? They'll be like, oh, the big dogs will get their prime time window. I'm going to be like shoved in some like 11 p.m. or 1 a.m. window. Like they're like, why do I want to do that? Like it makes zero sense. And like nobody is going to kind of go to them now, especially considering they didn't pivot last year. If they were like super reactive and they were like, all right, bam, we've got you guys like a week of digital 3, we're like, oh, they've already sorted this. Maybe you would be more inclined. But now we know that as of last year, obviously Jeff Keighley's done what he's done. He stepped in to kind of fill some sort of void. Plus all the companies like, well, we can just do it ourselves. Like, we've been streaming for all this time. I mean, you look at what they've done the past year in like lockdown, not even just E3. Companies have adapted now to do remote capture events. They've got the software now, so you can just like dial into their machines, so you don't even need to go to events anymore. So honestly, I think I really like the idea of them condensing things, because the one thing that I didn't like about, and I think he's addressed that he's going to change that, Summer Games Fest as a concept was cool, but the fact that it dragged out for 3 months was
agreed.
Not great.
I agreed. I had an issue with that.
Yeah, because like the nice thing is like, you guys probably feel the same. Like, you have your E3 rush, you cover all your content, you chill for a little bit in like July, then you start getting ready again. This was just like, suddenly it was 3 months of E3 and then games are coming out. I'm just like, I haven't had a break. Like, what the hell, man? It was just like, but Jeff did say on Twitter, he said that he's looking to condense Summer Games into like a month now, which is still a big chunk, but considerably smaller than before. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think so. I think 100% it would be cool. It's a weird thing, because obviously for gamers, I would definitely like it if they could make a week event out of it, because it's a point of view. We're like, oh, it's hype for a week. I get from a publisher point of view, you're like, why do I want to compete against like a potential Call of Duty or a Battlefield when I'm a smaller game? I might as well wait 2 weeks and then get my time in the sun. So I get
and have more of the media cycle. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Exactly. So I feel like from an individual standpoint, it doesn't necessarily make too much sense. For us, I would like it, but yeah, not the ESA. ESA can. I feel like their days are done, to be honest.
This is big. This is big. Super chats did kick.
We got Dan the Man Cunningham.
I love that name.
Greetings, Lords. I love the social aspect of E3, but COVID has killed it. I actually like having the news spread out, keep games in the news. That's true. I mean, that is true. It just, I don't know. It's just the way it happened last year. It's like, okay, another one. I like the consolidation, but again, maybe in a physical event that works better.
Right.
Black Ronin with the $5 super chat. Shout out to Arekks and ILP linking up like Freddie Gibbs and Griselda.
Bars. What you know about that?
Digital E3 is cool, but I'm not paying. So that's another concern, right? that beyond the six-figure numbers that they're asking of these publishers to join their stream, they're also going to charge people to access their streams in the same way you would access, you know, the
like the gamer pass, like that.
So
that would be
again,
a critical mistake.
That's a speculation. I don't know if that's, but again, that might have been something that was in the document that actually leaked out as well. And I don't know, but that's something that they're speculating about, and that would be wild.
Yeah,
that would be wild. Unless, see, there was also a mention about the potential for like digital demos going out to consumers and stuff like that. And if they can sort of lock that stuff down where it's exclusive to the to the E3 platform,
right?
Then maybe I can see that kind of maybe give me $5 and I have access to this demo that no other platform has.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I am very curious about King's thoughts on this. I know E3 is very special to him. Yet I know, obviously, because of the situation the world is in right now and what's been going on, we missed out on last year. Big plan for last year's E3 by the Lords, which really sucked because we would try to bring the community together. King did tremendous planning, so I am very curious, my bro. What are you feeling about this? We have not talked about this since digital E3 2021 version. What's your feeling?
This is the definition of tone deaf. This is the literal definition of my throne is too high. I can't see you peons. This is the literal definition of I gotta hold on to the bag at any cost. Chasing the dollar destroyed you. It destroyed you. The moment you opened the doors to the public, you were already in a sinkhole that you couldn't get out of. And that was when it definitely went down, because I was available to see it before and after. Right. I saw your pitfalls before you saw your pitfalls. I saw the money hungry entity enter the building after you took it away from the only people that could side with you. The only people that you had in your corner, which was the journalists and the developers. Those people that you had there that was for you, that needed your event, you turned it to monetize it for cash gain. That's the only reason why you said, we got these days, I got to get these people in and we can make boatloads of money. Was the boatloads of money worth your soul?
Because they did it without thinking about how do we do this to appease everyone.
Right. Remember the year it was the fans.
And they should have just did it to appease the media and your developers, and your convention would still be going on now. You wouldn't have gave the doors to Jeff Keighley to open, to come in and steal your Corvette. Your Corvette is gone. It's down the block. And he's not charging anyone. And he's doing such a phenomenal job. He took your girl and made her better. You ever see you break up with your girlfriend and you think she's going to do worse, but her next boyfriend is, I've never seen her like that. Oh my God. She looks fantastic. Kudos to him. He's a better guy than me. So this is exactly where you are at right now. When you're scrambling, trying to figure out how you can win her over. We're gone. PAX saw it, and PAX was at a unique time. Now let me explain why. PAX was in the beginning of the pandemic, and before the pandemic reached its apex, or it's not even crescendo, because obviously it's still going, I guess. But PAX had the opportunity to still give you PAX, still keep their soul, right? Because PAX soul is indies, and indies is the complete forefront. Yeah, you have some majors there, but for the most part, they don't care. Sony didn't show up. They did not care. They had their indies, and their indies is the show. You don't lose your identity. They didn't lose their identity, and I think they're already poised for taking that June spot, because they knew that the E3 event will definitely be in disarray. They have a plan. You have to have a plan. This looks haphazard. It looks like it's a cash grab. Oh, we're gonna charge you. Who the hell's charging me to watch your program? I'm waiting for Jeff, and Jeff has been doing a great job. So I think right now this is the definition of tone deaf. I think is I can't lose my bag. How can I get my bag back? You messed up when you took out your heart and soul, which was your journalists and your developers, and they need the platform. They need the time to talk to developers, get the skinny on the games that everybody want to know about. That's gone now.
I gotta read this super chat, even if it's out of pocket. Shout out to the Shrew Kingdom for $2 super chat. Jeff Keegley is Captain Save a Gamer Convention.
he had a plan.
Yo,
he knew what was wrong, and he executed his plan. Even though I feel too much power in one person's hands is dangerous, I'm not gonna lie. In this digital era, he had the vision to see what we needed going forward. And he has executed in a manner that is going to be hard to beat because right now he's a juggernaut and people's worrying about what he's doing for the summer and not what E3 is doing. If I can save $2,000 on a flight and a room and you're going to give me digital content in the comfort of my home, yeah, I'm going to miss bro time and hanging out with the guys and going to developers. But at the same time, more developers are being accessible to us now. Opposed to waiting for one big event
and the price differential, right? Because
who's paying $1 million for what?
I mean, let's be real. Everything you said is true because it's like we already, like Arekks said, we already seen the signs of the bigger guys, the EAs moving out, the Sonys moving out, everyone having their own thing during E3 week. So the writing was kind of on the wall there. Let me jump in. This is a good one because I'm so torn. I'm mixed with it, man, because it's like, you know how much E3 means to me, you know, how much it means to us. I mean, Arekks, you know, we've got the classic story. You know, I'm my first media Microsoft event, I think it was 2018. And I'm like, man, I'm in here, like, you know, Lords of Gaming, we're in here. Like, it was a moment for me. You know, I was very proud of what we did. And then I'm shoulder to shoulder with my industry heroes, my icons. On one side of me, it's John Lennerman from Digital Foundry. I turn around, I'm like, yo, this Arekks and 2-6. Like, yo, I had to be professional and do my job, but I want the fanboy. I'm like, yo, let me take a picture with you, fam. You know what I'm saying? 2-6 on the camera, salute to 2-6, and then to see your growth is tremendous. So it was almost, and then even before that, we would see you in passing. You'd be going from the West Wing to the South Wing, and you got your camera. You guys are moving. Everyone's working, but it was like a fraternal thing. It was it was so cool, and I feel for people who never experienced that. Like, think about this. People right now as gamers that have never experienced any. They don't know what it is to be at a press conference. They don't know what any of that is. And to me, that's the essence of gaming. So this hurts. Obviously, the pandemic. I'm not gonna blame everything on ESA. The pandemic definitely has a factor here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My question was, will it ever return? So we seeing now the leaks are out. They're obviously thinking about it. But I'm with King, you know, paying and this doesn't sound like the wave. And then on top of that, like Arekks mentioned, you just came off a major breach. You just came off like you violated the integrity of journalists, of so many people whose personal information is out there in the ether, and you really truly never mea culpa. You never truly took ownership of it and say, hey, this is what we're gonna do. So they got that going. And then to King's point, Jeff is moving out here. Jeff got your joint. You know what I'm saying? And he got Sony with him. And Sony's like, nah, we not. You know what I'm saying? So you've got all these battles that you got to go. Now, the only thing, and I shout out, I think it was Other Zinc said it, because he's going at King Hard Body in the chat. He's, oh my God.
I don't know if it's not in color.
Sorry, Other Zinc. I will give you light of day because you're a loyal ILP fan.
I hear you, Zinc, but I don't see you.
The only point Other Zinc does have, that I have to give him credit, is that this is what I'm curious now. Microsoft and Phil, they have always stood by the ESA traditionally. Even last time remember when Sony pulled out and Microsoft was like, no, we're still here.
And they held back all those games and didn't show you nothing.
But they still stood by them and they still did the event. The question is, Arekks, do you think that changes, or is the Microsoft relationship, you know, still going to be, you know, in pocket? I'm curious what you think about that, Arekks.
I feel like it's sort of it would make a lot more sense if it was physical. So you know, I don't. Here's the weird thing. It's like when you have an event like this. If it was like if we were back to normal now and lockdown was over, you'd be like, all right, maybe they're just gonna try and recover this year. But you know, if we're talking about another digital year, you think to yourself, 2 years of like no E3, like is it gonna be possible to go back to like exactly how it was before? Sure, people like that. So in that respect, I feel like Microsoft can, you know, obviously they've got they're buying studios. They've obviously got the money. They can be like, we can run our own event, and we'll also hop inside ESA's event. You know, we'll just show up in 2 places. It's more exposure. I feel like they can afford to do that. But now it is like an online space. I don't think there's not really any value for them because again, you know, they have so many of their online teams. Again, they split it between their UK team and the US team. They have so many different ways of hosting content now.
Facts.
I just feel like if we are, especially this year, if this year is again looking like a year of digital, I can see a lot of those big companies just be like, we're just going to run our own event when it suits us.
Yeah.
And also you have like, especially between Xbox and Sony, I feel like there's always that kind of that constant sort of like, oh, we want to drop our events beforehand to put some pressure on you to like, you know, if they're resorting to ESA, they'll be like, well, you've given us a block on like Tuesday at 10 a.m. Like, well, that doesn't work. So yeah, I don't see this year them kind of unless they've got some contract in place. I don't see them doing anything.
Yeah, it's an interesting question, man. Because again, we got to see, and there's only one thing I disagree with King is when we in reference to Captain Steal Your Convention, is that. In theory, I like what the idea of Summer Game Fest is, but to me, this is me personally. When I like the cadence is strange.
Yeah, he
gotta tweak it.
Because, just like the Game Awards, it's gonna take tweaking. Like it's gonna take tweaking every single year.
I do say this, being that Microsoft did pull their stuff and they have their own building, I'm gonna say if anyone of the companies, the big developers, the Ubisofts, the Microsoft, the EAs, and EA Access and stuff like that. Now, there's 2 caveats, right? When you go get your vaccination, you do get a card showing that you've been vaccinated to, you know, so you do have this, right? And some talks in the background, let me see how I word this.
Yeah, be careful, I know.
There could be an avenue that we can get a fan fest, right? Yeah. And the Microsoft Convention Hall is large enough to hold 20% capacity, right? And that will equal to fan fest entries, right? And still have that in-person stuff with the vaccination cards that you would need to have, and also having your mask on, and also being available to the public. That would show a level of fan service that would be second to none. Now I can see Microsoft capitalizing on that. I don't see Sony capitalizing on that for one reason. PAX. They were the first ones to pull out of PAX, right? And I believe it was because of the region, and they wanted to get a control and ahead of it. I don't think they're at the point where they will have you at the Sony Hall and stuff like that. So I think Microsoft will be a little bit more bold when it comes to that, and I think they understand because of the events that I've been through and certain things that I'm hearing. I think they will be more inclined to, if vaccinations are in place, if we're having clean, sterile environments and masks and everything is being according to plan, they can do this event. And I think they might dare to do it. And that would be a bold statement, in my opinion. But as far as E3, the convention itself, I honestly believe, like you said, people were pulling out. I don't think it ever makes that whole entrance again. They have to capitulate to a point where they have to stop looking at the finances. Stop that first. You know, when you put money before your passion, you're gonna lose.
And this points to something that we don't normally talk about when we talk about E3 and the ESA, right? The ESA's primary form of profit is E3.
Yes.
It's something like 75 to 80% of how they make their money is E3, right? So it's contradictory to a lot of the other stuff they do, because when your focus in terms of making money is something that is a trade show and has become a fan show, and the point of it is to get people through the doors to make money any which way you can, whether it's merchandising, whether it's paying to play a game, whatever the case may be. That is what they do, and that is how they function. So they have to. It's hard. It's very difficult to put that message out there and not sound like you're greedy, because that's what you need to do, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, also, we don't really talk about the other functions of the ESA that perhaps they haven't been, because of this focus on money and E3. Like, I think these are the real reasons why they were created, right? When you think about, the ESA organizing gaming in terms of like creating a vision of gaming moving forward, right? Gaming in general, right? That's kind of the ESA's job. When it comes to like bringing in companies and kind of showing them the way, like this is how you're productive in gaming. This is how you move forward. This is how you protect your IP. This is how you create partnerships. Like the ESA is in place to do all of those things. And it feels like all of those things, which would, to me, like if E3 is failing on its own, but you're still doing a good job at all this other stuff, then I think the ESA belongs still, right? Obviously, they have a place. It feels like because of this focus on E3 and their need for E3 to be a thing and to be successful and for them to make money, all of this other stuff that's, to me, more important to gaming moving forward is falling to the wayside. Right. And at that point, then you really do have to ask about, forget about the E3 stuff. What is this ESA doing to further gaming? To further gaming, which is the point of it anyway. And to the King's point, it just feels like it feels like they're doing anything to get money. And it's obvious when you see this stuff, right? And again, it's not this stuff leaked. Obviously, somebody
put the business out. Yeah,
put the business out because look at them again. Look what they're doing. And then they either stay quiet or they answer to it or they pivot based on the reactions they see from people online. But at the end of the day, it's like you have to be. It's kind of like what happened with Microsoft a couple of weeks ago. It's like make the change, but do it. You have to stop and think about how you're going to be perceived when you make the change and try to do it in a way that creates the least amount of friction as possible. Right. And they're not, they just feel like, they're like, give me. When you're talking about charging people 6 figures for a virtual online space in your event, it's like, again, this is something that came out of that. They didn't say that. They didn't say it, but they may pivot before it ever becomes a reality. Right. But it's fair to assume that was on this document.
It's fair to assume that them charging you is on the table for millions and millions of dollars.
Sure. So it's like, man, and when I pivot back to the point that for them to be successful in that way, it feels like they need to have some sort of in-person event. Right. And then it goes back to the same argument that we've had forever. They have not been successful at pivoting that event to satiate the press and satiate gamers. And to me, I mean, again, I don't want to be like a backseat sort of like driver here, but it's like, it seems like you have to extend it a couple of days. Right. Extend it a couple of days. It's going to be expensive, but then you give the press their time to do their jobs. Right. And then you let the fans come in and make a crap ton of money on the fans. And I think
there has to be a balance.
You get closer to something, a happy medium that makes everybody somewhat happy. Yeah. And I think that's the only way they survive and exist moving forward. I just don't know if they have the foresight to do
it. Right. That's the question. And like I said, I'll jump in real quick. I'll make it quick because we went on with this. But I hear all your points. It's obviously sad because of the situation and because of the pandemic. The question is going to be like, how do they pivot? How do they, we knew this virtual thing was going to happen. We didn't know the extent of how this thing was going to play out as far as, them charging and all this other stuff. The only thing they need to be concerned about, in my opinion, is one, like you said, solve the perception. 2, we got to see once the pandemic comes down, and we assume in 2022, hopefully, fingers crossed, things will be from a physical convention standpoint, right? Things would hopefully be back to some level of normalcy, right? In that event, will there be any new challengers to the fray, right? Will, like King was saying, PAC step up? We, shout out to Toby and, the German Connect. Gamescom's moving out here.
I'm going to Gamescom.
You know what I'm saying? And Arekks, I was going to ask you quick before we move on. Like, do you see any competitors in that space? Not saying that E3 is never going to exist. I can see a scenario where E3 still comes back. You know, so I could definitely see that. But my question is, like, do you think now, you know, these other shows, like I said, from my understanding, because I've never been to one. I'm assuming you have, Arekks. You know, tell us about Gamescom. Like, how serious is that? You know, as far as competition to an E3.
So Gamescom is still huge. It's the biggest consumer show, so it's bigger than E3 in that respect because it has a huge, like a much larger floor space. They have, of course, in recent years still done announcements through Gamescom. It's always typically been that E3 is more of the like media driven, whereas Gamescom is more the like consumer show. You do have a press day for Gamescom. The difference is that you go on the press day and the next day you can't move. Like literally, there's like hundreds of thousands of people in there. It is horrific. It's like you want to get in. Get
horrific.
I'm not even kidding. Like when I tell you because they've got huge spaces and you can walk from one hall to the other in like 10 minutes. But on public day, that's going to take you half an hour just to get out of a hall because you're like in sardines. You're just like, so yeah, that was kind of. I mean, I feel like Gamescom is still always going to be a popular one because it's driven by the public. It's more of a fan, like a giant fan fest. I still feel. I mean, I completely agree with you as well. I feel like E3 as a entity, as a title, will always exist in that space, even if it's not like the same event. I feel like if we fast forward, say like 5 years and there's like a replacement event, people will still always call it E3 just because it's like that's the year. You know, the power play will be, we're kind of talking about how someone holding all the money. The joke power play will be if like next year Jeff Keighley books the Staples Center in the same week. And he's like, yo, you guys want to Summer Game Fest? And then the ESA is like, what the hell?
Yeah, and then what?
Yeah, but the thing, I mean, you know, I know, he might not be everyone's not everyone's like a big fan of him, but at the same time, you look at like where you think that's the first ever Game Awards that everyone like mocked because it was a bit kind of like
right. And look at it now.
Yeah, I mean, although I think the one criticism now is it's less Game Awards and more just game trailers with a couple of awards. But I mean, gamers, you like the trailers anyway. But
you gotta pay the bills.
I think
Wait, we lost him.
No,
Arekks, we there? Oh no, go ahead, Arekks. No, y'all both were waiting on each other to speak. Good, Arekks.
No, I was going to say, I definitely just see like someone else stepping up, just sort of like, you know, that is slightly more focused, that people like working with. So I could 100% see different events. I think if anything, like one of the things that would be really good as well, especially in that sort of interim stage, is that where an event, not necessarily ESA driven, but an event like that is useful because a lot of the big companies have their own platforms and their own voices to just like push their own announcements and make them huge. Yeah. Feel like some of the smaller companies like the indies can benefit from an event like that just to give them a platform to like be shown to more people. So I feel like if in the interim, what would be nice is just to have like an event that sort of offers smaller studios that might have struggle, you know, like they might struggle sort of getting their message out, just giving them like a central platform to be like, for a week you can find about a ton of like great indie titles. But then as you say, maybe that'll be packs.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Like I said, a lot of questions. Glad Soft brought this to up. Any super chats before we move on, sir?
Did we get any more super chats? We have Gaming Times Patrick with the $5 super chat. E3 is going the way of the dodo bird. I don't think the value proposition is there anymore for the companies. This situation has shown them too much. Yeah, and that's one of those things. It's like, why would I give you money to be a part of your event when I can control the messaging? I can control of my event. And I can, as a small developer or small publisher, can find the space for my game to not be obstructed by a Call of Duty or a bigger game. So it's just there's too many pluses to doing it yourself.
Fair enough. All caught up, sir?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Lord King, you are up. You brought some news to the realm that I wasn't aware of, and in reference to the DualSense controller. Yeah, so what's going on, man?
You want to tee it up?
Yeah, so apparently, the basically as far as the DualSense, obviously we know about the Switch Joy-Cons apparently having issues with drifting and controller drift. So apparently, there's been some reports. I think even Kotaku, some entities, players have gone to social media to share their stories about DualSense drift. They showed one user showed the system kind of resetting itself over and over with Bluetooth turning on and off. There was a video of a player playing Destiny, and you know, you have the gun on the screen, and it was like constantly moving, you know, to the left. So some reports are coming up of people experiencing. Why is he smiling? DualSense drift.
Because there's litigation now.
Yeah, see, I would never bring it to the realm until there was actual legal action.
So yeah, you know, shout out to Kotaku who put this article out, because they actually experienced it. And they tried hitting up support and went to them, and they were told that DualSense drift is covered under warranty. However, you have to pay for your shipping and controller to a Sony repair center, and the cost varies on a number of factors. So yeah, it's possibly a controller dead zone issue. So Lord King, you know, this is your topic. We'll continue on this.
Well, you know, being that I don't play my PlayStation really at all, you know, outside of the 5 hours Miles Morales demo.
Oh my God, disrespectful.
I do say this, right? I do say this is kind of disheartening in the sense that the best thing about the console, you know, the controller, is probably the one that has the most issues, right? That class action suit, I mean, it got so severe that they have to band together to, you know, tell Sony that this is an actual issue. Does this change the way that they manufacture DualSense, or do they remove features that that can make the controller still keep the form factor, but remove some of the tech out of the controller that's causing these issues? Because if Sony is saying, okay, you have to pay for shipping, which is out of the realm of this, that's absolutely madness, right? I'm selling you a product that can actually break, but I want you to send it back to me, but you pay the shipping. I'll fix it for you, but you pay the shipping. You already paid $500 a plus for it, and for some dudes that was scalping, let's say one of the dudes that brought it for me for $3,000, and he has to ship it out to Sony, you know. I think that's a little bit much. I mean, postage shouldn't cost anything to these guys. They should send like Microsoft did for us when we had the Red Ring of Death. They send the box, you put it in the box, you send it back. It was no questions asked, and they fixed it, and they got to where the problem was, and they fixed the problem on the consoles. I think Sony needs to be proactive in this. They need to send the boxes out, send the controllers back, send them as fast as possible to help the customer feel more welcome to their platform, opposed to making the customer feel like that's like attacking the victim. You understand?
Right.
You're a victim. You're already traumatized by you can't play. You probably got to go buy another controller till you get a chance to play. If it's your primary console, your only console, now you have to wait for this controller to come back. Maybe you don't have the $15-20 to get the controller, you know, to them and get it back on whatever timely basis.
Right.
I just feel that it's something that can be fixed. They have to address it, and I think they should address it in the fact that shipping should be free. That's my main problem.
Okay.
You know, don't attack the victim. The victim should never have to come out of pocket at all for anything. They already did. They already brought into your product. They already brought into your system. When I go to Best Buy and I get the warranty, Best Buy is the greatest.
Oh yeah,
I will always champion them. Anything goes wrong, my PC broke. It was just the power source, Arekks. I went in there and I was like, you know, the power source is dead. Can I get another power source? Y'all fix this. He said, no, we don't fix computers here at Geek Tech. He went inside his computer, came out with a gift card of $5,000 and said, hey, go get another computer.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. No questions asked. They took my old one and was like, bye, it's junk. And I was like, it's new. And I went and got another PC. So when you have that level of customer service where the buyer doesn't have remorse and it doesn't feel like the victim is being shamed, or, you know, you're afraid to raise your hand when you have an issue, I think that's the best. And I think they really need this opportunity. They can step up and they can be a hero now to those people that are in distress. And I just want to see that.
No, fair. Lord Arekks, man. I was just curious if you're aware of the issue and, you know, what's your thoughts on this whole thing?
I mean, I actually wasn't aware of it until I saw you guys told me about it. So I mean, I've been fortunate that I haven't sort of experienced it yet. I've used my PlayStation a fair bit. I mean, obviously still not a great deal because it hasn't been out that long, and obviously there's, you know, I've played through the few games we've got, so I'm kind of waiting for more stuff. So I haven't really used I haven't experienced that myself. But then I was also kind of lucky I never got it on the Nintendo Switch either, so I guess I must be like a.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I didn't get it. It's funny you said that.
I do wonder, right? Like, sometimes I want to see how people we treat in their controller. Like I really quickly, right? I'm like, I dust my controller, I put it in a drawer, I put it on a shelf. And things. I wonder how many people with drift are like dashing their controllers. Man, I'm like, yeah, but anyway, no. But jokes aside, I mean, like, yeah, it's an issue that I 100% agree. Like, you know, if it is an issue like that, it doesn't kind of send the greatest message for you. Like, yo, can you, especially right now with COVID and lockdown, like sometimes shipping can be hella expensive right now.
Yes.
You're like, you know, because you put it in like a decent sized box, and then obviously, and also it depends on like if they start getting a lot of these. You know, I don't know what the kind of case is, but if they start getting a lot, and then like they get backlogged with repairs. Imagine if like a month without your controller, and you're like, I have to spend 70 quid on like a brand new DualSense, or so it's definitely tough. So yeah, they definitely try and sort of like address it and try and give the best possible customer service, because that's ultimately what people will remember, right?
Right. No, absolutely. Lord Arekks, how nice for you to join us today.
Yes.
How are you doing, sir?
I don't know what I've been here this whole time.
Lord Arekks, it's a pleasure to have you as part of the I Lord podcast.
I've been here this whole time.
Oh, yeah?
Why are you trying to always act like I'm late? Like, what's going on?
I had an inside joke I wanted to say, but I can't say it because it would definitely get us in trouble. So, sir, Joy-Con drift, DualSense drift. You know, have you heard about it? Do you know anybody that's experiencing it? What's going on, man?
I don't know one person.
No, okay. All right. Now, let me ask you this. Because we know Nintendo similarly had the issue with Joy-Con drift. The reports coming out, and there was a big window before even acknowledgement, right? Now, lately, I think, was it last year, they actually announced a new policy where they acknowledged it, and they're offering both afflicted owners free repairs and granted refunds for prior repairs, and then they formally apologized. This is the first from Nintendo, but again, they didn't say anything about what probably prompted it, which was that class action lawsuit on Joy. Shout out to Hogan Law, who's got a great video on this whole thing. But do you think, let me ask Arekks this, do you think they need to be, it will be a situation they won't acknowledge it until they get pressure from the community, like more people come up and like based on Sony's history as far as customer service or whatever? Like, what do you think about that?
I mean, I don't know. Like Sony, it's always like a weird. So no one ever knows how Sony's gonna react to something until Sony reacts to something. Like I feel like it does have to be a widespread thing. Like I don't know if, for all I know, they could be fixing this stuff behind closed doors. Right. You know, I don't know exactly how widespread this is. Like, do they have any type of number on it?
The only thing is, I mean, Kotaku actually themselves were experiencing it, and they were talking about their experience with customer service of Sony. And that's what they found out, you know, that Sony wants them to pay for the shipping or whatever it is. There's been videos of this guy playing Destiny. It was
like 3.9 million.
Yeah. Thank you, King, for the clarification. Thank you, sir.
They sold 4 million, so 3.9.
You're ridiculous. But there's been videos coming out of obviously people. But again, from a widespread, I didn't even know myself. I'm kind of in Arekks' shoe. Like, I didn't even realize.
I'm afraid to turn on my console.
Oh my god.
I'm living in there.
To be honest with you, if they're asking for people to pay for that's ridiculous. Like, clearly that's something wrong with your controller. And if you're asking your customers, I don't understand if it's one or two, but it seems like it is a little bit more widespread than just one or two. I mean, yeah, you should pay for that shipping. Like, and to be honest, like a controller ain't gonna cost that much to ship. Like,
and just to be clear,
like Microsoft like shipped an entire console with the 360 to try to save that, and they can't do a controller. Like,
yeah, I mean, you could even if they don't do sending you the box, at the very least, let you just print out the damn label, and so you don't even have to worry about that part about it.
Well, just to be clear, because I think I just want to make sure I got it right. Again, the Kotaku actually said that he was told the DualSense Drift is covered. It is covered under warranty.
It's covered.
You will, however, have to pay for shipping for your controller to a Sony repair center. A cost that varies based on the number of factors, including the location and total weight of your package. But Sony apparently covers the return shipping. No recoup on whatever you pay for that first shipping label, though.
And that's the thing. Like they should have you print out a label at home so that you can send it to them, and then they cover the return shipping as well.
Right, I agree.
It's just, I don't know, man. I have not had the issue with my DualSense,
right?
But when you look at the amount of tech in that controller, where it's the haptics,
Astrobot shows it well too.
Yeah, it's like something's liable to break, right? So and it's Gen 1. It's Gen 1 hardware, like Gen 1 hardware. All of that stuff's coming in hot. So. It's very likely that this stuff will happen.
Wasn't the haptics
for some people?
breaking?
That's another issue. The haptics, haptics go so hard in certain games that they've actually stopped responding for some people. I don't know how big the problem is, but I've seen a few accounts of that online. So, and these days when that stuff happens, you're gonna get a class action lawsuit quick, very quick, and just to at least like you guys were saying to push the owners, they push Sony in this case to take action.
Right.
I have had the issue with my Switch, and you guys know me and how I am with my stuff.
Yeah, you're very meticulous. You're very careful.
And I had it
pristine quality.
Pristine quality. So and I had it with my original Joy-Con that came with the system. Then I got the Legend of Zelda ones with the D-pad.
Yeah.
Same thing. After a while, it started happening, and I'm just like, okay, this is a real problem because I don't even play that much, and when I do play, but there'll be times I turn my console on, and it'll be on the home screen, and it'll just automatically just run the cursor all the way to the right.
Oh no!
And then I'll run it back, and it'll run it back to the right, and then I have to like take the D-pad and like turn it around like this, like trying to do like a full set, like a spinning pile driver with Zangief. To get it to sort of reorient, and even then after a while it'll come back and do it again.
Jesus,
so it's a real problem. So I don't, I definitely understand this with the DualSense. The DualSense is a $70 controller. I mean Joy-Cons are expensive.
I got two. So
I haven't had it with my DualSense yet, but I really do think they need to address this and be forward facing about it. I think the way Nintendo handled it up front until they got shamed into addressing it.
Listen, Nintendo tried to handle it in another way. They just removed them all entirely, gave you the standstill, and was like, here you go, and was hoping that everybody purchased the standstill console, go back and continue to purchase the one with the Joy-Cons. I personally love the OG one, the original Switch. I thought the Joy-Cons was amazing, playing a lot of the games that did take advantage of it. I thought the haptic feedback in the controller was amazing. The tech is insane. It's fantastic. But what we're seeing is these phenomenal upgrades in the controller feedback and how we interact with our games come with a terrible price at some points in time. And this is the byproduct of that. They just really need to take advantage of the customer's service part of it. And we know that Sony has always had like a frowny face when it came to customer service. And I think this is a part where we can give them that smiley face, because they always have that little chart. It's like the 5 faces. The one is like,
And it's sad because sometimes you can't count on these companies sometimes to have your best interest at heart when it comes to returning stuff and what have you. But the Best Buy thing, man. Best Buy is a savior. When they came to my original Elite controller, I did because I had forgotten about that because I hadn't purchased anything in Best Buy for a while. And I remember you guys told me, no, you got to get the Best Buy,
from Best Buy
extended warranty.
Warranty
my Elite controller, the first one, you remember the rubber
grips? Yep.
Started coming off, and I just took it back in, and they were like, "Oh, you got the extended warranty." They're like, yeah, here you go. Go back there, grab another one. Go ahead.
No questions asked.
The hell out of that. Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's the hustle. We not even going to lie. Get your peripherals, accessories for Best Buy. Best Buy, we need a bag. Shout out. But shout out to Best Buy, we need a bag. But best warranty in the business. It's not even close. It's literally. It could be out of the box. You used it. You done did everything. As long as you have purchased that warranty program, you come back. They even if you got the receipt, they even got you on file. Oh yeah, we got you. We know. Go into the back, and you're good. And you walk out in the quickness with a new version of your joint. It's insane. But real quick, super chats, and then I'll go and then we move on.
Okay, we have Dan. No, we got that one. Hold on a second. I have to run around. Gaming type. Philly Eagle with the $5 super chat. Does controller drift occur due to playing angrily? I've never had a controller with drift issues, and I don't play angry, so I'm genuinely curious. Now, I mean, listen, I'm the most calm dude when I'm playing games, and nope, it just happens. Like, so it's speaking specifically about the Joy-Con. Yeah. It's a defect. It's a defect, and I don't know.
What happened to my Xbox controller? I was playing Destiny so much, you know, going forward, the original D1, going forward so much that it was one time I put my controller down and I was like, let me run to the bathroom real quick. And my guy was already down. So I'm not going to sit here and act like this is an isolated incident that still happened to Xbox. Yes, it happens to Xbox, but at the same time, I just got rid of the console and got rid of the controller because Microsoft had did me dirty with that that program, you know, being in that program. But no, actually, it does happen. Is, you know, we're interacting with new tech. This is good, great new tech, and this stuff is going to happen.
It definitely is. I mean, I'm sure playing angrily in some instances not help.
Does not help.
What else? Throwing the controller and expecting it to continue to work for you.
Then we have Bernard Osei with the £2 super chat.
Salute.
This is the way Xbox is king. Customer service is number one.
Yeah, that customer service is very good.
Yeah. Then we got Shroom Kingdom with the $2 super chat. Sony acting like an eBay seller. You pay the shipping.
Savage.
Yo, that is so
savage.
That is true. That is true. Then we have Lord Roughness.
Lord Roughness, the legend.
£5 super chat. If you sell me anything and that thing is faulty, you apologize and offer to fix that fault for free. Period. What's wrong with these people? I don't know. And it's weird. Honestly, Sony's never been the greatest at customer service. But if you like, this is like Nintendo levels of kind of like, yo, I need to address this. Because Nintendo, what they try to do with the Joy-Con was like ignore it.
Yes, no, they definitely try to ignore it. They definitely try to act like they don't know what we're talking about.
Because we want them to just keep buying Joy-Con, right? That's what I mean, that's the Nintendo way.
Maybe it's that specific Joy-Con.
Yeah, maybe get a different color, you know?
Check out the lime green model we have now.
It's
exactly. Bowser blue.
That has the updated chipset. You know what? It'll be good.
Bowser blue can take your things.
Let me see if we have anything else. Hold on. We got Stitch. Hold on. Let's make sure I didn't get anything out. We got Roughness. We got Lord Stitch with the $5 super chat. What can you expect from a company that allows someone to steal money from you and then tell you that it's your fault?
Wow, messy. Y'all messy.
That is kind of crazy.
Messy.
And we got shiny brand new PlayStation 5 owner J-Dub is a shill with the $10 super chat. So Sony sold the gazillion, quadrillion, bazillion consoles and made mazillion dollars in profit, and they can't pay for the round trip shipping.
Messy.
The ultimate consumer-friendly company.
Y'all messy right now. Y'all mad about this shipping, man.
The scene has started.
I know.
Tell them why you mad.
Tell them why you mad. We got Best Eye.
Then we got Michael AK Bet Size Finest $5 super chat. You know your company is broke when they charge you for shipping. Greatness awaits fighting, right, King?
Savage. Hey, y'all mad about this shipping, man. It is what it is.
Yo, it's a little ridiculous though. Like, you know, at least they pay for the return shipping.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? They send you an email. All right, send us $5 and we send your controller back.
Yeah, what the hell?
Stick up. You got a control.
Put your hands in the air. You want your controller back?
Hey, like, if you were doing this and they asked for you to ship the controller to them, would that like make you raise your eyebrow a little bit? Like to me, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because like I said, it's not going to cost much to ship this, but it's just like, it's weird that they want that. Like,
no, it is interesting. I mean, I'll jump in quick. Look, I think there's no lawsuit right now first, so we got to wait and see if this becomes more widespread. But if it does, it'll be interesting to see how they budge and respond to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm very curious to see. You know, it takes a lot for Sony to bend the knee on certain policies. So I am curious to see if this becomes more widespread and like more key influencers have the problem, then you know, we'll see if they move on it. But that's
there is a suit though.
There is.
Yeah, there's a class action lawsuit.
Oh, I'm late. I didn't know.
That's the reason why I brought this here.
Put me on.
I didn't know. But I don't got a broken controller. Sorry.
I did not know that. I thought they were like. I thought it was in the accumulation phase of experiences.
No. I don't. Again, I don't know the number of cases they have, but in the lawsuit, they point to a number of Reddit posts and social media posts indicating the issue.
Oh wow! I apologize. I did not know this. Oh wow! Okay.
they're trying to eat off of this.
Class action lawsuits. Let's see. Anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, moving on. That's what I got. I am up, and I'm glad we got Lord Arekks for this one. Because I've been wanting to talk about this for some time since the last time I was here. Yeah, last time you were here, Lord Arekks, it was a fun show. You know, I would say Destiny 2 was peaking at its time. Division 2 was announced. You know what I'm saying? We were hearing about all the content, the raids. Then this other game came from the woodwork, you know what I'm saying? And it was Anthem. And at the time, it was a big show for us because we had you, and at the time, you had like exclusive access. You had played a lot of this stuff, and we were like, yo, which one? Like, which one you feeling? You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. So, and here we are now, 2021, and shout out to Jason Schreier. He put out the article. So it looks like, yeah, EA will be holding a meeting to determine whether to create a new version of the failed online game Anthem. He said Anthem was basically put out in February 2019, poor reviews. He said there's been a small team put together to overhaul the game. And then I believe executive producer Christian Daly, he wrote some big posts about all the changes they were going to do with Anthem Next or Anthem 2.0. And then in December, he left the Anthem team, you know what I'm saying, as far as BioWare. So this is, you know, the Anthem team, from my understanding, it's clean now that only includes about 30 people. EA will, the leak has come out from Jason that this is the week that EA will determine the fate of Anthem. Will it even continue as a franchise? And his last tweet, I believe he put out, was saying that the stuff is still going on, and we will probably hear the answer next week. You know what I mean? So even though this week is probably when it's already been decided, it'll probably get to us next week. So I want to bring this to the realm. Adding is funny. You know, what's your thought process on it? Also, Lord Arekks, should Anthem be saved? And if so, how could it come back? So what's your thoughts on this whole Anthem situation, Lord Arekks?
Sure. So, I mean, I feel like, the first answer, like, should it be saved? I think, like, I'm one of those people that I just enjoy games, like, regardless, right? Yeah. So, like, every game should have its chance. Like, I completely understand in this, you know, in this day and age, obviously, like, there's a lot of games that are coming out on the bait, and, like, you know, people are like, oh, you know, we've pre-ordered and things haven't delivered. I completely get there's, you know, there's that frustration. I've always had a very kind of laid back approach to games, and that's not just because, you know, I'm in a fortunate position where I'll be given review codes. Like, this was even when I was at uni. I used to buy my games. Like, I'll buy a game, I'll play it, I'm like, this game's rubbish. Oh well, never mind, I'll put it on the shelf and I go and play something else. Like, it's never been too deep for me, right? So and also, like, sometimes some of my favorite gaming experiences might have been from, like, quote unquote rubbish games. You know, I've played, like, there's a lot of games that people don't like that are just like, you know, enjoy. So the thing is, like, Anthem 100% like failed to deliver. You know, like, they did there's a lot of, like, warning signs that we obviously sort of saw. You know, like, now it makes sense. Like, there's the one thing that I've started to realize now is that when you start speaking to kind of developers and content creators, like, you know, content like ahead of launch, asking about endgame, and they specifically try to dodge the question, you're like, I should probably start worrying now, right?
Yeah.
This is the thing. But, like, the thing is, and I still stand by what I said before. Like, although Anthem, like, fails to deliver on, like, so many levels, like, the core moment-to-moment gameplay was and is still fun. It's still the best Iron Man game.
Facts. I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Like, flying around the sky, raining down missiles, like, was super fun.
Yes.
If the game had, like, genuinely, if the game had more content, I would still be playing it to this day. Like, the only reason I stopped playing Anthem was not because of, like, all the kind of, like, everyone getting angry about it. It's literally because I was like, there's nothing for me to do. Like, there's no uniform builds. Oh,
I was just gonna say, like, out of all the games that's been in that, like, Destiny kind of realm, where that, like, evolving kind of world, I do feel like, you know, Anthem has the most potential. because you know there's so much unique type of gameplay, especially raids with the type of gameplay that Anthem has. And I think that was the thing that disappointed me the most was like they finally have a foundation of something good, but it feels like sometimes these companies get a little closed-minded. Like they make something, and then they don't think, oh, this has to be around in a year.
Yeah. Well, I think the problem is, and you see this with a lot of companies. You see it in Division. You see it even in Destiny. Like you hear a lot of the time internal conflict where there'll be like different teams. Like, one team's like, I want to tell a story. Another team's like, we need to make an end game experience. And the problem is, well, and I completely get it, right? I get development is a big, expensive, like long process. So I get they don't have the same time that gamers do to play games. But the other thing, and I don't mean this from like an elitist point of view, but the other time is that a lot of the time, I don't feel like the people play the games enough in that space. You know, like you can play it on a surface level and say, oh, I've invested 100 hours into that. That's cool. But these people you're making the game for will invest 1,000 hours or 5,000 hours, right? It's like, if you don't do that and you don't play that and you don't understand, like that's why when you sort of see some of these like developer talks early on and they're like, oh yeah, we've got this kind of fun gameplay experience where you can run this strike and get like a hat for your characters. Like that's not going to keep me playing, my dude. It's like
facts.
And I there's a lot of that. But the thing is right, like going forward to now to this topic is that I would love to see Anthem just because I enjoyed the moment-to-moment gameplay. I would love to see it come back, but I also feel like it's a really challenging time right now because I think looter shooters in general are going in a very similar direction to where like battle royale is. You know, when it first came out, everyone was like, "Yo,
it was all the craze, right. Yeah.
And I feel like loot is like so much because so many of the recent ones have just like underdelivered. Like Marvel's Avengers, the Anthem. Even Division 2. Although Division 2 was a fantastic sequel to number 1, one of the things I feel like it suffered from was that Division 2 was a very competent game, but it was like it was almost like clinically good. It was sterile. It was like a really good game, but it wasn't exciting. It was just like a good game. Like it's technically very good. It had a load of aspects, but it wasn't like hugely sort of exciting. And I feel like a lot of the games now, you know, they all do that thing where you get to the end and they're like, right, you can make a crazy build. And I'm like, for what? And it's like, I don't know, just make it, right? So they're all doing the same thing. And I think now everyone's just like, I kind of don't want another looter. Like I think there was that little period of time where everyone's like, I love this because I can buy a looter and it's the only game I need to buy for the year. I'm going to play it for the next 2 years. Whereas now people are like, I just want to play a game, finish it, and put it on my shelf.
No, I'm sorry. No, I was just saying, I hear what you're saying, and I think that you know, just to jump in on the looter thing, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, a lot of people, like you said, like Battle Royale, I call it affectionately the mumble rap of gaming. Like everybody was doing Battle Royale at one time. Everybody had a bar they wanted to spit about how they could make a Battle Royale game. And I do agree that looter shooter was the craze at one point. And let's be real, you know, from a Destiny, I gotta shout out Destiny as one of my favorite games. That, you know, I think people seeing publishers seeing the monetary gain of having this living, breathing games as a service and constant engagement. And it was like, okay, we need to make one of these two under our house. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. And I'm not saying that Anthem was definitely 100% birthed out of that, but I definitely do think that, you know, there was some thought process and let's have something similar. So I hear you, you know, and it's one of those things that, let's be real, like outside of Destiny, there's not a lot of them standing. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, especially in the console space. You know? So, and even the Destiny community half the time is mad about this and mad about that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's sad, Cognito?
Right.
Like the fact that Destiny messes up a lot, like a lot. Like Bungie always be messing up. But like the thing that they get right is that in-game content to a point.
Right. The core game.
And I think that's something that the Division and Anthem and all the other ones, like it's like they spend all of the budget, but when it comes to the in-game content, it's like they grow blank. Like one of the things that I really liked about the Division that I wish they would have expanded on was like the Dark Zone. I felt like that was, if there was anything to get me to get that game full time, it would have been the Dark Zone.
Yeah,
I think they did that in Division 1. I think Division 2 lacked that whole feel of the Dark Zone because Division 1, it was okay. You were scared of hell of going to Dark Zone. When you did go inside the Dark Zone, you went in there with a buddy. You got in, you got out. You ran into a crazy team, and it turned into a moment. And I think Division 1 had a lot of those moments. I think Division 2. That was the disconnect for me with Division 2. I think they started worrying too much about raids and didn't worry too much about the Dark Zone and loot, epic loot. Like if you get a golden gun and you get a chatterbox and you get something like that, it has to be a game changing type of stuff. Like if in Destiny, if you guys don't understand why Destiny is so prevalent to a lot of the Destiny players, I can tell you a quest for the Whisper, these things like getting the Hawk Moon, these quests,
0 hour with Outbreak Perfected,
and it's always when you're playing it, you say this is so Bungie. They would put something like this that makes it so daggone hard to make you quit to do the quest, and when you actually do receive said item, it lives up to its expectations. I got to give Arekks his credit, because Arekks literally, and he's lived up to his word. He said once these consoles come, King, I'm coming back to console, and he's been there, and I've been on, and he's made it his business to, King, let's do this, or King, let's do that.
Facts.
And these quests and these stuff, it relies on friendships and buddies.
Right.
It relies on your team. And not saying that the content itself doesn't have to be compelling, because Destiny content is.
Right.
But what makes it memorable is the antagonist. As great as the hero is, the antagonist must be equal in stature or greater than the hero, so the hero can overcome said problem. And that's not what I felt in Anthem. I felt in Anthem, they had the tower part down pat. When you walk to people and you talk to them, you're like, man, he has presence. This looks nice in here. You fly in the sky. This looks nice. But then when you started fighting the enemies, they were generic numbers.
Yeah, that was my issue. Like I felt like I struggle with it, because let me jump in. This is a good one. The thing is, Anthem, like Lord Arekks said, had the best feeling of the Iron Man symbol of everything. Like I remember going to the edge of Fort Tarsus, and you just jump off into the air, and you into the sky, and you jetpack. It is one of the most amazing feelings I ever felt. I didn't like that it was limited flying there.
And I always thought that, like, once the game got settled and the raids were put out, that, like, a raid boss in Anthem will be the most epic thing ever.
Right, and that I was disappointed. Like, you said it best with the end. I felt their enemy types were too generic. I like the combo, the priming. I like the classes were unique. The Colossus, the Storm guy, like they got that down. You know what I'm saying? Gunplay for the most part was good, and like I said, the aerial aspect. But I just feel like the enemies just felt. I didn't care. I didn't fear them. I didn't really care about them. And one thing, like it's like when you play Destiny and you face like an Arekks or you face a Riven. Right? You like, yo, this is a boss. We got to get together to come up. And that's the thing people don't realize. That's the hook of Destiny. Even Arekks has said his best. Like, when Destiny has a good raid, he's there. Like, with Destiny, that raid, that cooperative mechanic to team together to fight something, that's end-game content. That's what keeps you coming back. Unique loot, that kind of stuff. And it just seemed that they couldn't. Remember, they kept saying the Cataclysm. Watch out for the Cataclysm, y'all. Yeah. Remember? Cataclysm's coming. And then we, right? Arekks, go ahead, Arekks.
No, it was just a rain. It just like came out as it was like a basic storm.
It was a basic storm. I was like, and I was expected to fight bombastic creatures where we're all flying. Could you imagine? Like they had the template right there. They didn't execute. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, oh. But anyway, I just wanted to get that off.
That's the internal struggle that Arekks is talking about. Where somebody wants to give you great lore and great content, and somebody wants to give you great endgame. I don't think. See, and it goes back to EA.
Right.
I think it goes back to the parent company, right? And the level of investment that you must undertake for these titles, you must have a significant amount of investment and fortitude to see it through, because like Sovereign likes to say, you can either, snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, or you can snag defeat from the jaws of victory. Very easy in this business. but you must have the fortitude to stand there and fight through it. And I don't think if you're having this call 2 to 3 years in on your game, no, your roadmap should have been, this is a 10-year game. We're going to stick our feet in the sand, and we're going to fight as hard as we possibly can to keep our core base and to grow it from the internal and let it spread out through the word of mouth. And you can only do that through compelling gameplay and getting these people to talk about it. Now, I do feel that, and I told people that it was going to be DOA.
Right.
I'm not going to back away
you did say that.
Words.
You called it. You called it.
Right. I didn't feel that it had a place, because when you taking college courses, you can take 2 majors. You can't take 3.
Right.
And those 2 majors was Destiny and Division. You didn't have space for it.
Right. You've got to be so compelling to take over. But I know where you're going.
I think it can live if they're willing to swallow their pride and throw it in one of these services, or put it on their EA access.
So EA's already a Game Pass.
You can live.
To be honest with you, King, it would take a drastic overhaul of that game to get players to try come back to it.
We see No Man's Sky come back.
Yeah, but that was an independent developer determined to correct their mistakes. Like, and I'm not saying that they can't correct their mistakes. Like, but I'm saying, Hello Game. What was that developer called?
Was it?
Yeah, Hello Games. Yeah, I'm saying Hello Games isn't working on Dragon Age on the other side of the studio. Like, I'm not saying that at like EA's like, yo man, okay, we failed. Like, we got Dragon Age over here. Let's just pull the plug. Ain't nobody really playing it right now. Like,
I feel what you're saying, right? And just to counteract that one part, that what you're saying is, okay, so if you admit it failed, right? And this is where you can snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Throw it inside Game Pass. Throw it inside EA access.
That's what I'm saying, because
see what it does. In Game Pass though, because it's in the EA access.
Yes, but here's my thing. All right, let's jump in. I'm sorry, I'm gonna give it to you. I know we're chopping a bit. The thing I have to say is that, let's just say you give it now Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5 optimization patch, right? Because I'm telling y'all right now, I played Anthem on PC first, right? That game is the most beautiful, it's the most demanding, but it's the most beautiful looking game I have ever played. Like, that game looks phenomenal as a looter. When you, like I said, you have 4 tosses, you jump off, and you just, man, it's Iron Man the game. You Tony Stark's out here for real. My only thing is, okay, let's say you do that. You offer it free. You cannot charge anybody for this at this point, because the game's morale, it's already, cachet is already low. You say, hey, this is a free update. You got
the Division, right?
$4. Something, right? You get people in there. You got Game Pass just to get the gauge to check it out, right? And you just use this as a gauge to then, now once people start coming back, then you can start setting up maybe a potential Anthem 2 or whatever down the road. I think the potential is still there for it to live. But to King's point, it's the boardroom. And if the boardroom is like, nah, fam,
that's the Arekks point.
Yeah, the Arekks point. Yeah, to your point. If they're like, nah, fam, we gave you a run or whatever. It's just sad. I just hope it gets. I'm with Arekks. I don't want any game to die. I always want,
because I do feel like Anthem has the most. Has a lot of potential.
Yeah,
I do agree with you guys on that.
Yeah, but let me get the single player selfish experience perspective. I am very curious about you with this.
Let me get the super
super chat. Let me get you. Yeah.
They have the Living Flame $2 super chat. I'd rather let next come out and fail than axe it.
Right? Yeah.
When you finish that, I want to say something real quick before you go. So
okay. Then we have Andy Crawley with the $10 super chat. It was either this or Daytona. I think I chose wisely. I love it.
Salute.
And we have the Rubber Knob with the $10. Hit the $10 super chat. Not only am I a girl's best friend, I'm also a bit of a Casanova. Happy Valentine's Day to all the ladies of the realm. Bushes be shaking around the world today. Wow.
Pause! Pause! The Rubber Knob.
The Rubber Knob.
He's out here. He is out here, son. We all caught up?
Yeah, we're caught up.
Arekks wanted to say something before Saul go.
I think the biggest issue in this industry is trend chasing.
Of course.
I think these companies, they want to build something off what's hot, but they don't want to actually think about building something around what's hot.
The problem about building something around what's hot is that by the time you come to
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
not hot anymore. Like,
but see, where they don't take initial, like, I'm not saying they don't take initial thought, but I'm saying that sometimes they rush it to get it out as fast as they can.
Right.
By the time it's not unique, and the one that you built it because of, like, let's say Destiny, the Destiny definitely spawned these anthems, these divisions, at least the concept.
Yeah.
Well, by the time they came out, Destiny at its height, you got to do something different and better to get Destiny's people off Destiny. Because trust me, I got like 50 days in that, so you got to do something different.
But I felt they were. I felt it was different. I felt they, like I said, they were doing something in the vertical space that was just
it's different, but. If the content isn't there,
yeah, no, I agree.
Not
you're
there,
right,
then it doesn't matter. All of it's irrelevant. When is the worst time in Destiny?
When there's no content.
When there ain't nothing to do in Destiny.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Let's get Solve Super Chat. You got everything that you.
We got, one more. Victor Allison, $5 Super Chat. What if with the EA partnership, Xbox is able to finance an EA title exclusively for Game Pass, like a Titanfall 3 or a Titanfall-like game?
Never know. They tried it the first time.
Yeah.
Didn't own the IP.
Yeah.
That's not a route that we want us to go into.
Good point.
I want you to go into places where you own the IP. Yeah. You're not licensing. You're not holding on. This is a new regime. They're about ownership. They need that content. They don't need that content leaving, going anywhere else. So I don't think that's a viable option at all. And as a matter of fact, I don't think even Sony is entertaining those type of ideas at this point in time. They're looking for acquisitions. They need ownership. They understand that the platforms need to be viable, because going forward, you want to be able to turn on your box, because you can only get this here. You don't go to Burger King to go get a Big Mac. You understand? You want a Big Mac, you take yourself to McDonald's. You want a Whopper, you go to Burger King. That's simple. They both can exist, but no more renting. Renting's over.
And plus, King, like, we've seen over and over again, like, not necessarily Sony, but we've seen, trusting other people to make your brand hurts you in the long run. Because then you have the Rises that never get sequels, you have the Quantum Breaks that never get sequels, you have the Sunset Overdrive. Now, obviously, this is on Microsoft too for not funding those. But let's say they wanted to make a Rise 2, but they couldn't.
Right.
So
what game did they do? They did Sunset Overdrive, and look at this now. What can happen? Sunset Overdrive 2 can be on PlayStation 5.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy when that happens.
When that game does come out, for all those Sunset Overdrive people that purchased it, Microsoft put themselves in a bad position by not owning the IP.
I feel like
no more.
I agree with you. I'm with you. And as much as I'm Peter Moore's my guy, that was the only thing that I missed out on. I felt like they relied too much on those third-party deals.
You in the main door?
You know what I'm saying? Arekks, mute yourself, because you're talking to the whole crew.
Yeah,
he said, you bring the pizza at the main door. Can you bring the pizza? Anyway.
Side door.
Yeah, so Saul, what do you think single-player selfish experience?
What I think is funny is different from what you guys think. I think I want Anthem to come back.
Oh,
I say not in that form. I mean, back to what you guys have been talking about with this is a crowded space. And Destiny kind of has a chokehold on it right now. Destiny, they went through the highs and lows. They know what it takes to have to maintain a game of this size and magnitude. And even knowing that, they still trip up. Like you guys, they're never making you happy 100% of the time.
Factual.
You have to be willing to ride that game out, its highs and lows and all. And that is a commitment that, as big as EA is, it doesn't seem like they want to make. But what I like about Anthem, right? When I played Anthem, I didn't purchase it, but Kaibatsu purchased it, so I had access to it.
Yeah, shout out for you, Moochie. Shout out.
Mooching, exactly. shout
out you not supporting looter shooters and cooperative experiences.
Not at all.
Salute for your Mooching. Shout out to Kaibatsu, though, for purchasing. Salute.
For purchasing it on 2 platforms.
On 2 platforms, yes. To play with me on PC also, yeah. Thanks to you for being cheap. Continue.
So, but my thing is, like, the gameplay in Anthem felt so good. The flying felt so good. And the story, though weird and sort of abstract, this anthem of creation and the wall protecting humanity, dude, remove that from the looter shooter, right? Because you're already trying to get into a genre that's saturated, that you realize is an uphill battle.
Right.
Take that stuff and go back to making a third-person action game, whether it be co-op, multiplayer. Create a cohesive world around Anthem, and make a fantastic AAA third-person action game. Create, go towards making a trilogy or something like that.
Are you implying that BioWare act like BioWare? Are you
precisely not even
to be
right? Because BioWare today isn't quite the BioWare that it was before. But I would say at this point they're at least better equipped to give you a third-person action game with RPG elements than they are to give you a looter shooter. That was one of the things we always talked about from the beginning. Is like, I don't mind developers going out of their comfort zone and trying something new. The problem with it is, and like Arekks alluded to, is just the fact that you're trying to do a Me Too in a space that's already saturated with games that are, despite the quality,
the chat
because
is giving you the on to something hard. Put your on to something for Solve. He on his bag right now.
Imagine an Anthem game that's a third-person action game, a 4-player multiplayer, right? But it's a straight up game. It's a 20-hour campaign, amazing story, amazing boss fights, and that is it. And then you have a sequel. Like, making a living game is something that you have to know exactly what you're getting into when you do it. And being different for the sake of different doesn't work. And then, so coming back with a 2.0 that is a mirror image of Destiny doesn't work either. Like, it just doesn't work. So I'm just like,
killing my dreams.
Now, to me, I like what Anthem brings to the table, but turn it into something else that's viable.
Right.
And I guarantee you, and they've already seen that they're just thinking with them about not making single player experiences. They've already seen that's in the bushes. They've already seen, they're already going to get us with the Mass Effect collection. They know where their strengths lie.
Yo, the
Go
chat
back
is
to that.
on Solve. They like, talk that heat, Solve. Solve must have been listening. Solve must have been listening to my Anthem, right? Well, I have never seen this uniformity for Solve like this. This is crazy.
Yo, it's funny because you would think I would despise a game like this, right?
Yeah, I'm shocked by it. Yeah,
but at the moment, it's like you said, when you hit the edge of Fort Tarsis and you jump off and start flying, I was like, oh,
let's go.
And
to your point, Solve, and King can relate, and Arekks can relate. The first time we saw Anthem debut at E3 stage, we didn't think it was a looter shooter. Necessarily, like, it felt like they were talking to each other. It was this cooperative story, and then we're thinking BioWare, we're thinking player choice, we're thinking all that. I feel you.
We're thinking like third-person action RPG.
And then we got that other stuff.
Yeah, we got that. And I think, like, to Arekks' point, I think the moment-to-moment gameplay is fun, but when you don't have the content and when the loop isn't, the gameplay could be fun, but the key to a looter shooter is the loop. Is the willingness to be coming back for however many hours, and it didn't have that. And I just think if you were able to just consolidate that into a smaller package that's more focused, that you create a real world and story around this type of gameplay, who's not going to gravitate to that?
I think that's kind of interestingly. I think that's kind of where this genre is. Well, at least though the newer ones in the space they're trying to do to a degree. Not to say they are the perfect ones, but when you look at like what the developers have said for Outriders, they said it's a game that you can complete.
Yes,
not a service.
Not to cut you, Arekks, but you are wanting something too, because what I like what Outriders is doing. They're saying, yo, bro, we're not doing that games as a service thing over here. We're this and this narrative cooperative, but continue because you're on your back.
No, but it's interesting because they're in a difficult space because developers are saying that, but people are still not listening. Because even though I know it was not it didn't end up being great, but even Godfall, they said before, we are not a game as a service, but everyone went assuming it's a game as a service, and the problem. So like because everyone's so conditioned, I don't think there have been enough games outside of say like Borderlands.
Yes, correct.
That have kind of existed in that space that are not a game as a service, and I think people need to kind of have that adjustment period. But the other thing, I feel like, I definitely agree to your point. I feel like it needs to be more of a contained experience that you can complete in 20 hours. Yes. And if you want to give someone an end game style experience, say to them, all right, it's a 20-hour campaign, and there is a couple of dungeons. There is something that we've made that is akin to a raid. It is not going to be expanded beyond this point, but you've got something to chase.
Right.
That's cool. What these games need to do, and they can do it if they make it like that, because I get that they can't. It's hard to do something like Destiny, but these games need to stop balancing things to help. Like what I mean by that is, I get it. Like when I've played for 60 hours and I've got like the 5.0 bazooka that's like the legendary weapon that basically leveled an entire army before, and I fire it and does 10 damage, I'm like, this is not
yes, facts.
Like that's the one thing that I loved about Borderlands until they started nerfing it. I literally could make a build where I could kill a boss in 3 bullets, and I'm like, this so cool. Whereas like Destiny, like I've fought back Arekks, I've fought back. I'm so behind on Destiny, I don't even know the names of these guys. I've fought back different bosses, right? And I'm supposed to be this legendary guardian, and I'm still shooting things. I'm just like, why? I get it. I know balance is important, so I get that. But like, give me some games.
You want to feel powerful.
Like you look at Diablo, you can wade through a dungeon just like one tap everything. Like I don't want to have those broken builds.
Right.
And a couple of games recently that have done it. Look at like a game that's not even supposed to be this game, Ghost of Tsushima, when it came out, and they made a raid better than most of these games that are supposed to be raids.
Bro.
And it was free.
Free.
Right.
Some of the best content.
Disgustingly powerful builds. I'm just like, what? So give us that. Give us that more self-contained. Because then also, as you say, like if you guys you guys are super invested in Destiny, it's hard to play another game like that when you are living and breathing Destiny.
Agreed.
And that's it's funny, Arekks, because that's my beef with Destiny, right?
Watch it.
Yeah, exactly. They're about to kill me now. No, but my beef with Destiny is that the core gameplay of Destiny and the loop and the loop of the carrot on the stick, the new weapons, that part. I think it's great, but it isn't for me. Like if it was separate from a core 25-hour campaign experience that kind of fleshed out the world, fleshed out the characters, fleshed out the story, Destiny tries to do both. And I think in that regard, the story kind of falls back. Just that's fair. The story falls behind to the actual looter shooter part about it. If it had both, man, I'd be in.
No,
I'd be in just to the story stuff, but I'd be in.
Listen, you guys are on fire. All making great points. I think, Arekks, what you said in reference to like Outriders of Borderlands, just know who you are. Don't say that you're this Destiny killer and you're gonna be this game.
Notice they stop saying that.
Yeah, please stop saying that. Some of these marketing teams, we see the fans and we like don't
billions
do that.
of dollars.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think that the game that can challenge Destiny in that realm is the one that I'm talking about that can do both of those things well.
Right.
And on a bigger scale.
On a bigger scale, right.
But it almost feels like Bungie are the ones best situated to do that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The problem is they have the best gunplay in gaming, and the weapon design team and the marketing team is phenomenal. We do have the issues, but again, I'll let you finish. Then
the problem with that is like to make a game like that, it requires a lot of trial and error, and Bungie has been doing it enough, and because it's their only game. Obviously they have another one, but you know what I'm talking about. Right. So they're getting all of this data before anyone else really does. So like they're in the best position by far. Okay, people don't like this. We'll have to adjust this, like because the other ones aren't. They're getting that, but they're not getting that. True. Because clearly it's been a while since we've seen anything out of the division.
Right.
Anthem might be dead next week, so they're not getting this information, and they're not correcting the mistakes to actually push the game forward.
And and Marvel is just finished.
Yeah, Marvel's another one. Yeah, I mean, you made a good point. The last point, we'll move on, is just that Destiny has been very fortunate to be able to survive with the hiccups and learn on the fly. And then the thing that I think that this is the last point I think that the other companies do need to learn from Destiny. Division I think a problem was they weren't transparent with their community as far as taking feedback, right? And I've seen a lot of the top, Division content creators express their frustration. Like, these are issues we've been having for so long and you guys have not addressed said issue. You know what I'm saying? And when it becomes a dictatorship and you're just talking to your base and you're not listening to their needs, then you have a situation where you have, like, shout out to Marco Styles, like, he was the biggest Division content creator I knew, and then all of a sudden he's like a Destiny content creator now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you see these shifts, and then with Anthem, I got to shout out Slow-Mo in the chat, like, another issue was, and you made it a point too, Arekks, the loot. Like, you do some hard content, you want to feel like a boss. You don't want no Rocket Launcher shooting 5 damage. You want something that makes you feel uniquely like a, you know what I'm saying? So the whole thing, you didn't get that feeling. The guns felt generic. The powers were dope. the priming and the combination with synergy with your team felt dope. But the actual loot was not it to me, and as well as the enemy thing. So they would need to address those two things, and then to Saul's point, maybe they just jump out the lane and say, yo, we're this 4-player cooperative narrative thing that will give you in pieces, and it's a finite experience. And then when we're ready to drop
it, Mass Effect.
Sounds like Mass Effect. It sounds like 4-player Mass Effect, but yeah. I'm with it.
I mean, I said 1 to 4 player, not straight up 4.
Look at him trying to get out the multiplayer.
Yeah, he said I can.
One. Yeah. I know. Saul can't get jiggy with other people. We get it. Anyway, that's all I got. We beat it to death. Unless anybody's got anything else, and then we'll finish up with the last topic with Arekks. Any super chats still? Did we miss anything? We good?
We have. Wait a minute.
Christopher, how come your name isn't in green?
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
That's kind of strange because I could have sworn Christopher Hart joined the realm.
No, I don't think he was.
I think he should. I think you should. Since
you
you always on my timeline, I think you should be in green.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, you're always here. I respect your PlayStation hustle. I really think your name should be in green. I really do, honestly, because it shows that you're behind the realm. Because you are. Because I support you more than those fake generals over there.
You support him more than the other PlayStation nation.
Weirdos. Separate yourself from those weirdos, Chris.
Anyway, moving on from King being messy. Lord Arekks, I thought this was a good topic with you and Lord Arekks in the room. This is you, man. What's up with Kingdom Hearts? What's going on? Explain to me this intricateness.
First off, this is a 2-part question. This is a 2-part topic.
Let's go.
The first part is, Kingdom Hearts has never been on PC up until recently. It's going on the EpicGamesStore. Those of you know, I'm a huge fan of the Kingdom Hearts franchise. It's second. It looks like Epic pulled up again.
Did they drop the millions?
I don't know what they did, but they did something. Because not only did they do something, but they have annoyed everyone.
What's going on? Tell me. Is this a big issue, like in the community?
It's an exclusive on EpicGamesStore. Now the reason it's bad is because this is Kingdom Hearts. This is something people never expected to be on PC. People gave up. I mean, look how many. It's been on Xbox before it went on PC. So people had never expected this game to be on PC. Obviously, you have a lot of Steam, fans that they love, and rightfully so. They like all their stuff on one platform, but they don't like when they have to go out of their way and buy something from another company because then it splits their library up.
Right.
So. Imagine being a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts. You haven't played it since the original because you've been on PC for the past decades. And you get on Twitter and you say, "Oh, Kingdom Hearts, yes!" And you get on there. It's only the Epic Store.
Wait. I gotta back you up because you're educating me. I know nothing about Kingdom Hearts. Shout out to Macho Channel, LordSovILP in the building. He is the biggest Kingdom Hearts fan I know next to you. All right. So you're saying the Kingdom Hearts is exclusively to PC. That means you can't get it on PlayStation. You can't get it on Xbox. Like,
no.
What's going on?
On PC, it's exclusive. Like,
I'm confused.
You can't get it on Steam. You can't get it.
So you mean it's not going to the Steam store?
Yeah, Epic Store pulled up, and I don't know if they paid for like the port or anything, or if they just paid for exclusivity. They're like, yo, we hear rumors that you want to make Kingdom Hearts on PC.
So on PC, so they dropped the bag so that the PC community, they got to bend the knee and go over to the Epic Store if they want to partake in for any Kingdom Hearts game. That's what's going on. And Steam never had it. Is what you're saying?
Steam has never had any of the Kingdom Hearts games.
Oh wow!
They're getting all of them now. Like Epic is getting all the Kingdom Hearts games.
Wow!
So if you're a PC gamer and you Kingdom Hearts 3 just came. I don't know if Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming to.
No, it's coming, but it's a $59.99 purchase.
Yeah, that's besides the point. I can't.
And
tell
so
Epic
is the rhythm game.
I can't tell Epic what to charge for their game. Not Epic. I can't tell Square Enix, but I'm just like, I'm just sitting here thinking. First off, in case you guys noticed, your man is for the Epic movement.
Yeah, you're team Epic.
I'm definitely for. I understand why people don't like it, but I'm for it. So we're gonna keep going.
Watch the world burn.
Yes, watch the world burn. I already know what you want.
They all I know is that if I was a Steam primary user, I'd be a little upset right now.
But isn't it just another launcher? Like, it's just a launcher. You just launch it and then you have it. Right?
It's just splitting up your life.
Good, Arekks. Arekks is ready to jump in. He said this is what he's saying too. Good, Arekks. I'm gonna hear this.
This is the thing, right? I like, before anyone like in chat pipes out, like, I understand why people don't like Epic Game Store, but like for me, I'm just like playing on Steam, I'm playing on Epic, I'm playing on Uplay, I'm playing on Origin. There's no difference on my Xbox, on my PlayStation, on my Switch. It is just like, I get it. They're like, oh, but they're mining your data, or like hasn't got a friends list, or hasn't got... I'm sorry, right? But like the consoles that have had the good trophy friends list system have been Xbox and PlayStation. That's where I care about my trophies and my Xbox. Okay, I get it. If you've been playing for a long time, maybe you care about your trophies. I personally don't. But on PC, I'm just like, it's like having 4 different consoles.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just like, I don't know what the fuss is, and I'm just like, I mean, this is where everyone's always gonna get angry at me. But I'm just like, look, right. I'm just gonna boot up wherever I do to play my damn game.
Oh, so wait. So are you implying that you just go where the games are, and if there's if like the console user is something that we've been used to, that if the game was exclusively on that platform, right, we would just go to the game. So is Arekks implying that PC gamers should just go to where the games are and just fire up the Epic Store launcher?
Yeah.
Are you like it's that simple?
Even easy games are on the same damn platform. It's just a difference because it's not even like you have to buy a $500 new PC to play. That would be different. If they were like, oh no, you have to buy it on Mac.
Oh yeah, you got to play it exclusively. You can only play it exclusively on NVIDIA graphics. Then I feel you.
You need to buy a new £1,000 PC. I get you, but this is literally you need to go on Google, type Epic Game Store download it, click install, download your game, and you're playing. It's not that deep, my dudes.
I feel you, man. It's interesting. Are you a Kingdom Hearts fan? I just was curious about that too.
Oh no.
He said, "Oh no." Oh no. He said it like it was a bad word. Oh no. No, but King, nobody.
This is about the game coming to Epic. It's not about slandering.
Please keep that away from me.
He separated himself from that quick.
I'm somebody that watches anime, right? I'm a Nintendo guy, right? I love this kind of stuff, right? But like when you're like this moment, right? And it's like my dude's on the floor. I'm about to save him. My guy Goofy's like,
I'm with you.
If I want to watch Disney, I'll watch Disney.
It's not that simple. It's not that simple.
Oh God.
I'm dead.
I'm curious. I know.
I can't play the game because it got Goofy.
Hold on. I know there's a lot of people that hate Kingdom Hearts, but I'm curious in the chat. Put a 1 if you like Kingdom Hearts. Put a 2 if you don't like Kingdom Hearts, and put a 3 if you've never played Kingdom Hearts.
I just like that. See, Arekks shares this thing. That's what disconnected me from it, because I was just like, okay, so why are they here? I didn't understand. I was like, how are they an integral part to this?
Power of friendship, guys.
I'm done.
Oh God, you guys don't even know what
No, he said his man is down.
You're literally just being ridiculous right
and he
now.
said, Goofy said, oh. He said, okay, that's it. Uninstall this game now.
I was waiting for Arekks to get triggered.
Arekks hold him restraint.
We're not even talking about whether the game's good or not. You hijacked my topic to slander my game.
I'll hijack it, but wait. It's not over yet. You see, when you're Kingdom Hearts fans, they're like, no, you need to try the game, right? They try and sell it to you the most convoluted way. They're like, no, you couldn't possibly play 1 first. You must start with Alpha Remix, then go to 3, then you gotta go backwards to 2, then you gotta play 1, then you gotta play 0.5, and then you've got to play the Alpha Ultimate version before you can even touch 3. You've got to go back and play number 1 again, but then you've got to play it in black and white because it doesn't make sense. You want to play the game and just like, no, you know what, Goofy, I'm just gonna download Disney Plus, watch a Disney movie, and I'm going to I got Disney Plus over here.
Yo, Arekks is about to cancel Arekks now. Arekks is disgusted. This is his franchise.
I'm on Twitter unfollowing all of you.
Arekks, explain to us real quick before I pass the king why this is so important as far as the franchise. Defend the honor of Kingdom Hearts so that we know what the slander is wrong that we're doing.
But I'm not gonna tell you guys whether or not to play as Goofy. All right, I can play as Goofy if I want to. You guys, look. At the end of the day, it's something up here. I'll admit, like a part of it is nostalgia with me. Like I've played this game since I was like 12 or 13.
Oh, since you was younger. Okay.
But see, I still enjoy it. Like, but the thing is like I don't hide stuff. If I like, for a lot of people know, I was disappointed with Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and just blindly defend something. If you don't like it, don't play it. It's just like how I do console war stuff. If you do not like the console, don't play it. Just the same thing with this, man. Because you'd be surprised. There's an army of you people out there. There's an army of Kingdom Hearts haters. It's like you can't enjoy that we like playing as Goofy and Donald. You insist that it ends. You want our heads on a platter.
It's just funny. But shout out to Macho, man. I mean, it is definitely, listen, all jokes aside, it is it's a huge following. Huge following, that game.
Yeah, well, I want you to go on Twitter and say that.
Yes. Super passionate fan base.
Especially you, Arekks. Go do it.
Let's get King, man. I'm curious, bro. King is so I'm like, where y'all
My
at?
PC is for work. That's enough. So I don't care what Epic Store does. I don't care. I got it on my Xbox. It don't matter where it goes because I'm not going there anyway.
Do you not sympathize with the PC community though?
I don't care about their feelings. I don't care at all. I don't care if you upset that it's on Steam or it's on Epic. I don't care. It doesn't bother. It doesn't push my needle no place because I'm Game Pass. That's where it's at. Hey. Newsflash, it's in Game Pass. That's where I play it at.
That's where you at.
Yeah, and you know what? I got Game Pass for damn near forever. So I don't care. I can maintain a service, guys. So I don't care. God bless. More people get a chance to play it. And if you're in Steam and you just don't want to go to another browser or another launcher or whatever, why do you got a PC for? You know, if you like the game, it should be no barrier to allow you to play the game.
And you know what's funny,
you don't have to buy nothing else. You just got to go over there and launch it. That's it.
You know what's funny, King? Like a lot of the PC people, when I talk to them about reasons to come over the PC platform, the number one thing they say is it's an open platform, so you're not held accountable to just one person. But then that same person will be like, "Why ain't it on Steam, bro? Like, why ain't it on Steam?" Like,
the Steam community is very, very sensitive to that. Solve your feelings on Kingdom Hearts, man.
You know, more power to them. The Kingdom Hearts franchise is now set to confuse millions of more people on the PC platform.
Are you implying that the story is convoluted, sir?
A bit, just a little bit. And this is, listen. My thing with Kingdom Hearts is like this should be. You know, putting Final Fantasy characters with Disney characters should be a guaranteed home run. Guaranteed, right? And on the surface, it is because you see those characters and go, "Oh wow, this is amazing!" Like a young kid could look at that and be like, "Well, I want this. I don't know what it is, but I want it." But I just don't understand why the story has to be so convoluted. Because to me, it could sell triple what it sells just by making it like a streamlined, more direct story. And I don't know, man.
You know what I love? I love the fact that this was about EpicGamesStore. Now we're blasting.
You knew this was gonna happen.
You knew this was gonna happen when you brought this to the table.
I'm not affording this energy. All right, as the owner of my topic, I'm officially in my topic.
So, but on the Epic thing, that's weirdo energy, like King said. This weirdo energy that you have this beef with this launcher, and just like you don't want to give. I understand you don't want to give Tim Sweeney. Don't give Tim Sweeney money. I get it, but you know, you have a million other places to play these games if you don't want to play them.
They don't want to give Tim Sweeney money, but you know they got no problem going there and getting all the free games that they give out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, listen, I have like 30 free Epic Game Store games, so I have no beef with Tim Sweeney. Go right ahead.
It is what it is, man.
It is what it is. But it's just like I don't know. I mean,
like Cognito said, man, free 99.
Free 99. Yeah.
But I think, shout out to them because I know this is gonna be lucrative for them, right? They're the only place to get these games that have never been on PC before.
Correct.
So yeah, good on them. Good on them.
Like I said, my final thing. Yeah, man. I was surprised. I knew nothing of it when Ali brought it to the table. I did. You know, the PC community is very. I mean, I get it. Steam is big. It's popular. They have a lot of features from a feature set that the PC community love, and they want that to be, one unified system. But hey, if I always tell people this, like, people are like, oh, I don't like what they should do, and like, how is Epic supposed to compete as a launcher? Right? You gotta kind of strong arm and bring people over exclusive content, right? And they got the bag. They're doing it. So for us in the console space, we're used to that. If it's exclusive on Xbox or exclusive on PlayStation or Nintendo, guess what? We got to go pick up that platform if we truly love these games. If you love Kingdom Hearts, get the Epic Store launcher. I mean, do what King said. If you're so resistant, you know what I'm saying? You got Game Pass, you got all this stuff where these things at. It's on you if you truly love the games. It's a difference between loving the games and the platform. And to me, the game's always going to be number one. So that's where I'm at with it. Let's get Six Slayer, I think. Or any super chats we best, and then we move on.
Six Slayer, $5 super chat. EGS wouldn't even still exist if I didn't buy exclusives. It's more than just a launcher issue. If PC isn't your lane, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel you. I mean, look,
that means more.
I get you, sir. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, again, if they're trying to compete, right, with Steam, which is this, we all know Steam is this beast, you know what I'm saying, in the room that's been dominant in the space, and you're trying to compete. What else can you do but buy content that what is going to make people want to come to your platform? So I get the hustle. I can't get mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I understand as a Steam, if you're a Steam fan, I can understand you being annoyed. Like, damn, I got to go get that joint over there. But if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, you not going to play the new Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny about this is that when Steam first came out,
right,
the same argument happened with Steam. They're like, I don't want this on my PC.
Exactly.
Why do I have to have this DRM? Well, do you want to play Half-Life 2?
Yeah.
Then you better get this DRM.
And my thing is now God forced Steam to step up their game. Like, that makes it better for the consumer. Like, at the end of the day, like, yo, these dudes is out here. They get you can't be complacent just because you're the market leader, because these dudes is out here.
You know when I care about Steam and Epic and all that stuff? When they in Game Pass.
I'm done with you.
Hey, Kingdom Hearts
all this goofy talk. Y'all, I don't want to play it over there. It doesn't do us nothing. Yeah. Just go play it.
This is the funny thing too. Like, this to me, for a lot of people, would be honestly just to have another archive of the game. If you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, you've played those games, right? I mean, now you're a brand new PC owner. You have a high-end PC. You want to have it on. Cool. That beef with Epic and
it's
Steam,
a launcher.
It does not make any sense to me whatsoever.
You push a button, it's launcher.
They're mad because they have options.
And it's not like it's, you know what pisses me off too? It's not like it's this multiplayer type game, is it? Is it like
no?
Isn't it all single player? So it's not like you need a friends list and this robust features of Steam to enjoy. I need to be in a chat on Steam to play Kingdom Hearts. Like, what are you doing?
Why are you worrying about chatting to people and you listening to the story?
Yeah.
And the story is very convoluted, so you must pay attention.
Exactly.
Well, not only is it convoluted, you got to play it in a certain order. Like,
anyway, that's just me. I feel for you guys, Steam lovers. I apologize if I'm coming off disrespectful.
I do say this though. I understand if y'all having this real problem and it's hurting you and it's killing you. Download Game Pass.
I knew this was coming.
Pass Ultimate, and make sure that you can play all your Kingdom Hearts games in one place, and you can jump from scene to scene, story to story, and make sure that Game Pass is the one place you.
It's funny. I'm on the Polygon article about it. Right. The first comment in the comment section is, no Steam, no purchase.
Yo, they ride or die.
Serious.
PC Master Race ride or die. Right, Adam?
I have to put my heads off to them because, like, at least they stand behind their word. Like,
they don't buy it.
They like, oh, it's not on Steam. Oh, we gonna make you regret that.
I want to see how long that works for a game that they love. When the game you love comes out in Epic Store,
it's easy to
boycott. And you know what? This is where it's gonna get really nasty and disgusting. Being that Sony PlayStation Sony is in bed with Epic, right? And I'm telling you, they're working with stuff in the background, and their games go to PC, and they start launching day and date.
Them PC bangers, if they come over there, the Epic, the PS4 bangers, I mean,
and in the Epic Store, day and date. you can get over there. You can play God of War, Ragnarok, day and day in the Epic
Lord.
Store. And I want to see at the bottom if you say no Steam.
Again, when it's the game you love, I've seen gamers bending the mad time. All that picking and stuff stops. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Gonna play anyway.
Exactly. Yo, let's get up out of here, man. Poll, new ILP poll. It will be going up. Actually, it is live right now. If you check it out, it is live on LordSovILP.net. So please come check that out, man. So we're gonna get into it with the ESA planning an all-digital event for 2021. What do you think should happen with E3's future in 2022 post-pandemic? The choices are A, E3 is no longer needed or valued as it once was. Beginning of the end. B, E3 should return and reconcile terms with Sony and all who left. C, a new challenger should arise to replace E3 as the new de facto convention. Or D, I don't care. I'm just tired of 100 companies think they worthy of their own E3-like event. Shout out to all the lords in the realm. And of course, my brother, Lord Arekks Gaming, the homie. Much love from across the pond. Where can the fine people find you, brother? Huh?
The Kingdom Hearts hater.
I say that. Much love, brother. Where can the fine people find you, man? What you got going on?
Thank you very much. Honestly, guys, it's always a blast coming on. It's been great to hang out with you guys as well. Thank you very much for having me. You can find me over on the Arekks Gaming channel. You can find me on Twitter at Arekks, or you can find me over on video games if you want to get some games and some games in.
Woo! Get them games in the game. Love what you're doing.
You want to become a Monster Hunter expert, man. That's the man to hit up.
Yes.
Monster Hunter coverage. I mean, the coverage, we've been following you a long time, brother. And I had to say it loud. I'm always believing giving people their rose while you smell them. Not only is he one of the best content creators in the game, as a man, this guy is a real dude. You know what I'm saying? And I really got to respect you because, you know, we've had a lot of conversations off air and stuff like that. And then during pre-pandemic, you know, always to stop with what he's doing. So humble. You mean, it's rare to see that. You know what I'm saying? Me and AZ had a joke of like, there's certain content creators that when they get to a certain level, it's like, oh, let me see how many subscribers you have before I can respond to you. You know what I'm saying? And Arekks is the realest dude, man. So salute to you. Salute to the team. 26, Vestmore, Paradise. I love what you're doing. I love what you got going on with video games. You know I'm about the fitness. You know what I'm saying? We got to get our gains in. We got to do that. We got to stay healthy. I love that new evolution that you got going on. And you've been killing it, man. The production values, keep doing what you're doing. It's always an honor to have you in the realm. I want to let you hear that before we move on, man. Salute, salute. Lord Arekks conveniently showing up to work late.
I was here the whole time. I don't know why you keep trying to throw this narrative out there.
What's going on, man? Where can the fine people find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at LordAddict ILP. You can find me on YouTube at Gaming Addict. You can also find me on Twitter completely 100% saying that I was not late today on ILP. I was just being very quiet because I wanted to
very quiet.
hear everyone's opinion.
No doubt, no doubt. Any words for Arekks?
Definitely appreciate you coming on, Eric. Sorry I was late.
I can't.
Yeah, look, man. When I'm addressing someone directly, I can't lie, man. I can't lie. You know,
but you're lying.
But you're lying to us.
Just to the masses.
Just to the masses.
You gotta make our story before he turned up.
Look, man. All I know is I was here. But you know, it is what it is. I'll definitely be here next week on time, like I was this week. And you know, once again, I want to appreciate you for coming on. And you know, it's like Cognito said, you're one of the few people. You came on here when we had like 1,000 subs.
Facts.
Like you know, when we had our friends in the chat, man. It wasn't even like it wasn't even. You know when it's bad is when there's like 15 and we're 5 of them.
Facts.
I'm watching them right now.
Yeah, you be like, yo, why you ain't show up to the podcast this week, son? I ain't see you in the chat. It was that real. That's why I always shout him out because, again, you know, no ego involved. He's always showed us love. He's always given us tips and stuff like that.
People think that's real. That's a common thing. No, that's extremely rare.
That's rare. And we got to celebrate it because, you know, we're still a gaming family. And he always pushes us. And one thing I say as a content creator, you know, one of the humbling things you said, yo, Cog, I like what you guys got going. You know what I'm saying? To hear it from you, that definitely meant so much. So salute again.
Yeah, and I always think it's like, you know, when people get what they want, the fame, the money, that's when their real personality
shows
out.
Facts.
And that's why I respect Arekks, because like he didn't change. He you know, he
didn't
he
like,
got the success
you know,
on YouTube, and he'd be like, yo, these people hit me up, I'm gonna ghost them, man. I ain't going. I don't want to go.
You know about that text that get read. You see that they seen it.
He didn't like Kingdom Hearts when he didn't have money. He doesn't like Kingdom Hearts when he has money. Fuck that guy.
Dude. Lord Sov, man, the chat was unified behind you. They loved your Anthem bars. You was in your bag.
Hashtag save Anthem.
Hashtag save Anthem for Sov. But where can I find people?
Same energy for Kingdom Hearts.
You will need to drop a bag off for that, sir. And I gladly support you.
Guess what, Sov? There ain't no reason to save Kingdom Hearts because Kingdom Hearts booming.
Yeah, but just to echo Cog's sentiments and Arekks sentiments, man. The first time I met Arekks, and I think all of us met Arekks, was 2017 E3. We're walking down from the convention center, and I'm like, God, the beard, the guy with the beard, the guy with the beard, yes. and literally like Cog just ran up to him, and Arekks, you again, so inviting, so like just welcoming, just
him and 2-6 was moving around.
Yeah, 2-6 gave us a hug, you know, like yeah, you guys, and it's so true, like you know, listen. When you talk about YouTube fame and Twitter fame, you know, there's a level of fame, sure. Right. That said, like, you know, just remember who you are, where you come from, and some people don't do that. But I'm glad to say, man, that you really, like, from the very beginning, just showed us a lot of love. It's very humble, hardworking, and that's what we aspire to as well. So again, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, always. No, and Lord. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know what? You will find me, LordSovILP, Twitter, and BX Sovereign. And we playing the Division at some point.
You see?
by my damn self.
You need to invite me to this Division session that you play.
Get me to just pop in over there. Yeah. We could bring Division back.
That's what's going on.
That's what I'm saying.
I've been converted.
No doubt. Salute to the doing.
Why can't you have that same energy for Destiny?
Look, he tried it though. I was in a fire team with Saul. I could say it. That Destiny 2 so he did try.
He just doesn't want to lose his soul to the game.
And that's part of it. That's part of my beef with it. Is like I know the loop, even though I have other beefs with it, but the loop, it makes me mad.
Yeah. Fair enough. I feel you. Lord King, what's going on? Where can I find you?
First of all, I want to thank every last person that showed up and to rock out with us for this long extended period of time. I do appreciate everything. I do appreciate the likes. I do appreciate the dislikes. I do appreciate the comments in the chat, even though I joke around and say if it ain't in color, I don't see it. You know, but I appreciate Arekks. Little known fact, I was watching him on VG24.
Facts.
I had told Cog, you was my go-to, like, where's Zer at?
Bro, Destiny content in his bag?
For this, what I need to know for that, literally, you were the only person. I didn't watch Cactus or anybody like that at that point in time, and you were literally my 100% go-to, right? So then when he was like, he's having you on the show, I was fanboying out,
bro. Crazy. I broke off from this.
He's the absolute guy. Right? So, then when you had you on, then it was like, oh man, yeah, man, this is a moment, because I don't know how many people we had, followers.
We were way smaller.
It was 1,000, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. Facts. And then I'm at E3 and I'm walking with Monkey and Gary and I forgot who else, and we're talking and you yell like, yo, King.
Classic moment.
And I turned my head, I said, oh, snap, it's Arekks.
Why you gotta do that for?
Yeah, because in my head, that's my fanboy.
Yeah, I know. You try that. That's true. We keep it cool on the outside. But it's like, yo, it's Arekks. It's Arekks.
Everybody's fanboy.
Facts. I fanboy crazy. Facts.
And then I saw him, and then I'm like, he's taller and bigger than I thought.
Yep.
and when because I'm a tall dude, and I gave him a hug, and I'm like, oh man, what's going on? And we chopped it up right there.
Facts.
when you talking about a real person, salute on your million, brother.
Oh yeah, salute.
If anybody deserves it, you deserve it, and 10 more behind it.
Facts.
100%, because like Cog said, you was in the background helping us out with certain things that nobody would say
that.
a word
Nobody.
about.
Facts.
You know, nobody would do that.
Yep.
You know, and I do appreciate everything that you do. So when you was on the show today, I was like, yeah.
Facts.
You know, and I can't wait to get to Germany and go to Gamescom, and maybe we can be like sardines together up in that place.
Facts.
But you guys can catch me on Dolph Castle X Fridays at 9 p.m. We can see rich people talk about statues that we definitely don't need to get, but we love to have. Also, you can catch me on live unboxings on Saturdays on Dolph Castles X. King of the Statues is going up. I was just doing so much unboxings because I changed my statue stuff around. I went away from Sideshow and I'm completely XM, and that's where it is. So I'm selling a lot of statues. So, somebody asked me, where do I get all this money from, King? How do you have all this money to buy statues? Well, if I'm selling a statue, that money goes to buy a statue. I'm not selling a statue because I need the money. I'm just changing my collectibles around.
You're reinvesting into
That's it.
Yeah.
These stuff is, you know, valuable collectibles that I enjoy to have around me because it shows your hard work is paying off at some point in time in your life. You, like you said, you have to smell your roses when you get a chance. You have to put out that stuff. You can't always go to work. You can't always just play either. You have to balance it out, and you have to show that you've done something. You have to reward yourself. Please don't just go through life just working and rat holing your money and not doing anything. You have to get this energy out. I've noticed energy on my timeline. People are hating on a particular platform, either it's PlayStation or it's Xbox. I joke around a lot about PlayStation. Have one upstairs. I play games.
Facts.
You cannot tell me when these AAA party games come out. I don't support, I purchase, I buy, I play.
Facts.
I just choose to play on Xbox. I don't care. But it's about having joy in your life. Video games bring you joy. Don't lock off your joy talking about it's a piece of plastic. You don't want to go to this place or that place. That's why it didn't make any sense for me when somebody said is in Epic Store and the Steam Store. You just click and download and just play.
That's it.
So I respect Arekks. Thank you so much for showing up. I know it's a little bit long-winded, but I love you, brother, and much more success.
Much more success. Yeah, brother. Same thing. I'll find out the same thing. Yeah, man. Again, tremendous. Like I said, it's always a treat, you know, to get him. I know his schedule is completely, man does everything. You know what I'm saying? His schedule is completely busy, but it's always honored when he takes the time to do it. And yeah, man, another inspiration for me that you've done is that, you know, we talked about the shows, we talked about the E3s, but one thing I'm super proud of you, I always was, used to do like a video blog series on your TGS Tokyo Game Show experience. And that is a dream for me. Like, so when the pandemic, whatever, that's something I also want the Lords to be a part of. And I will be leaning on you for advice and where you even had like a whole thing of like where you stayed and just what to do. And it's so cool. So, yeah, man, love your journey. Love to see you keep progressing. And yeah, man, like, again, much success as you've been killing it, man. You've been really doing your thing. And video games, you know, your man, Lord of Iron got a rep. You know what I'm saying? So if you need, you know, holla at your boy.
So we can get the workout in.
That's what talk to me, bro. Like video, I'm about them video games. No doubt.
Honestly, no, I stand by as well. Like, I stand by what I said at the beginning. Like I really enjoy being on the podcast. I like what you guys are doing, and like just seeing you guys grow as well. Seeing from like the first episode that I was on, like seeing to where you guys are now as well. Like it's crazy to like see the journey and everything. So yeah, you guys keep smashing as well. Like I'm a strong believer that like good people succeed doing good stuff. That's all it is. That's all it is. Like it's not a numbers game. It's not about that. It's just about good people doing good stuff.
Facts.
If you're a good person, then
preach. Blessings. Absolutely. Get the super chat solved. We officially got to close it out.
We got One Away Dragons TV with the $5 super chat. Invest in yourself and believe in yourself. They will recognize and follow. Real brothers do real things. Back. Work hard, play harder.
Preach. You already know. Hey, Keezy, when it's ILP in the UK, yeah, we're working on that. Like I said, once the world gets ready. Yo, new giveaways is out right now. Check that out, man. Again, go to Iron Lord Podcast Twitter account. We've got that Resident Evil, you know what I'm saying? So you want to get that village, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you sign up, get as much entry as you can. And also, Mass Effect trilogy, y'all. So check that out. The links are up on ILP's Twitter account. And again, check that poll on lordsofgaming.net. Make sure you make your voice heard. Everybody enjoy your Sunday. That's all I got. We are out of here.
Love Day. It's Love Day.
Valentine's Day, y'all. Peace.
You